Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. It is a Thursday night, so we are back with another Beer Flow show here for May 23rd. Myself, Eric's in the house, Todd's in the house. Joe is not in the house. So Joe is actually working and getting ready to get drunk all weekend up in Canada. So he's got the big old bottle share taking place tomorrow with a lot of the Canadian fellas, and then they got the Albino Rhino Beer Fest the next day. So pace. That's what we can say. Pace yourself, Joe. Pace yourself. Don't get ahead of yourself. But outside of that, I made it back from Jamaica in one piece. So, and if you guys have seen the videos, you guys saw the ordeal on the airline and the flight back. But we're not going to talk about that tonight. We're going to actually get into some beer type stuff, and I'm actually going to break it down because I'm going with the Natty Light. Natty Day tonight, people.
Natty Day!
No, not a fancy IPA, not a fancy stout tonight, but I'm actually going to drink a Natty Day because I still have them in my fridge. They need to be drank. So
your subscribers just dropped by half.
That falls on me.
They're like, am I on the right channel? What's going on here?
So I'm mixing it up tonight with this one here, and all I'll say is don't knock it till you try it. Just to say, I mean, it's not going to be something I would rank up there with some of the other finer craft beers. Guess what? People in Missouri had a blind test on it, and they rated it one of the best new beers, or the best new beer, had no idea what it was. So just goes to show most people don't know what they think they know about beer.
Wow, that's actually really good. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's better. It's not like your regular Natty Light. That's what I tell people.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's not like the regular Natty Light. So, like I said, don't knock it till you tried it. Could be something you might be okay with. You just never know.
Oh, look at Todd with his 450 North.
Got to bring the show back to reality here. I mean,
Mr. Fancy Pants. Let me, since we don't have Joe, so now I got to get the chat thing all pulled up here. So bear with me. We're talking amongst yourselves. Let's see.
So, Todd, what are you drinking tonight, buddy? Oh, sorry, Rod. Sorry.
No, I was going to say I still haven't seen the Avengers yet. I think I'm going to see it this weekend. Just throwing it out there.
What you drinking, Todd?
It is a 450 North. Sapphire Sour IPA.
How is that? Is that pretty good? Or
It's really good. This one's kind of old, but it's kind of found it hanging out in the back of the fridge. So I was like, oh shit, I better drink that one.
Drain pour.
I'll still drink it. It's got a lot of shit floating around in there, that's for sure.
Get that out of here.
This is actually probably one of the better sour IPAs I've had. I haven't had a ton of them, but most of them you don't get a lot of the sourness out of it. It's more IPA-ish, and this one's definitely way sour up front and then finishes with the little hot bitterness to it.
Yeah.
It's really good. I think this was the first one of the series that they had. Now, I think they just come out with another one just this past release. I forgot what the name of it was. Diamond or something. I don't know.
How many 450 Norths do you have left at your house?
Do I have left?
Yeah.
I got a couple. Still have I picked up a couple from the guy that I was getting them from. Now he's not really getting them anymore either. So I think his mules have kind of clammed up a little bit and not being as generous with them as they were.
His mules.
So
everybody's running beer.
I think I've got 3 or 4 in the fridge.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. They're going to have another 8-can release, not tomorrow, but next Friday.
When do you think you're probably going back again?
I don't know. It sounds like it's getting crazy up there now. Probably starting the last time I went. Since then, it sounds like it's just been. Of course, now they're doing the wristbands. I guess to try to hold your place in line. So I don't know. I'm not going to be able to go next week, although I would love to because the first 3 cans that I saw of that release look phenomenal.
You had to find another microbrewery for us, Todd, and send beers our way.
I know.
I'm just joking.
No, I wish I could get up there. I'm not going to actually be able to go next weekend, or next Friday. I wish it was not on a Friday, but I guess if it was on a Saturday, then you'd have to get there on a Friday for Saturday.
Camp out there.
Right.
I mean, people are getting there early now as it is. Kind of crazy. But it is what it is, I guess. I did see pictures on Instagram today that they just got their I think you guys saw the pictures that they were building a new not really brewery, but like a brew house.
Yeah.
And they had all their stills, vats, or whatever you want to call them, delivered today. So they must be getting pretty close to, getting that stuff in place and being ready to open up here in another couple months, which is supposed to double their capacity of brewing. So interested to see what that does for their can releases.
Right.
If it means they'll just make more of that release, or if they'll try to do even more. I mean, hell, they're doing eight at a time as it is.
Yeah.
Of course, some of them at this point are remakes, but in their series. I think they're having another one of their gold, or what do they call it? Well, one of those triple IPAs I sent you guys, it was like a series, Gold Nugget series, or not a Gold Nugget, but I forgot what they called it now.
Bronze Nuggets?
It was but it was like a series that they were called, like the triple IPA. They're doing another one of those next week too.
Well, the Black Nuggets was a triple IPA.
Yeah, I forget what they call the series on it though.
Yeah.
They had a special series for those.
Wow, we got like a bunch of people. Let me get the comments here. Cody's in the house. Cody Stark says, here. Started with a Labatt Citra. Now I'm on to my Lagunitas Daytime IPA. Cheer, guys. Welcome, Cody. Always good having you here. I actually saw that at one of my stores now is the Labatt Citra, so we are getting that distribution here. Haven't picked it up because I don't really do a lot of Labatts, but I might give it a try at some point. And Cody says, moving on to North Peak Brewing, Archangel Cherry. Wait a minute, did you already do the Lagunitas? You like one? Oh, okay, it's 14 minutes later from the first comment. All right. Cody's fast moving tonight. Flow Rider in the house. Flow Rider, Hillbilly, what up, dog?
Flow Rider.
My alum, my WVU buddy, Mountaineers, let's go, baby. He says, Rod, did you get my package I sent you? Did I? I'm going to actually open it up here in a little bit. Thanks, my friend. It's going to be a little show and tell there. Drunken One says, hell yeah, it's Thursday. That's right, brother. This is going to be going into Friday, a 3-day weekend, hopefully, for everybody.
Flow.
You guys are off Monday, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll be drinking and doing. So they got a taste of Cincinnati here this weekend. Probably won't go, but it gets like 500,000 people or something. And like all the different food trucks and foods. They got like 100 craft beers and stuff. But on a hot day, it's supposed to be like sticky, like 90 degrees, humid. That's just too much. Too many people. Too much heat.
Yeah, especially it was probably right on the river too, I'd imagine, isn't it?
Well, right down on the riverfront, so right across from like the stadiums up through downtown, I think. So
okay, close enough.
Some good food though. And actually, on the river, probably be better because you would probably get a little bit more of the breeze blowing off the water, possibly. But when you're like right down in the cement aspect of it being downtown Cincinnati, it definitely heats up.
Yeah.
See, as Charles Broccoli said, you got some knuckleheads down there. Knuckleheads.
Well, the knuckleheads.
And they make it tolerable after a point. So, yeah. BLT Gamers, what's up, BLT? Welcome. He says, hello, everyone. Nice to have you here. And Craig's up. Camp BeerVentures, I made it. Crash very soon, so he didn't know if he'd make it in tonight. But Craig, of course.
What's up, brother?
UK.
What's up?
What's up, Craig?
And then Mary Luzin says, hi, all. Welcome, Mary. Nice to see you again here.
Cheers.
Appreciate you swinging by. And the Drunken One says, hey, Eric and company. And Party Source Reviews. Yeah, J.O. is in the house. He said, did you get your hat? Did I get my hat? I'm going to share my hat. I want to give you a shout out here in a second. Yeah, I got the hat, brother. Thanks, man. And
Hey, Rod, you need to go on vacation more often. You come back and you got a porch bombs everywhere.
The Vanessa Kitty in the house. Welcome, Vanessa. Always nice to have you in. And Flo Rider, I think you did hear it before. He said, if somebody gets his attention, please ask him if he received my package. I got your package. I got the package. Bumpy Rose in the house. Welcome, Jesse. Cheers, brother. And J.O. says hello to Vanessa Kitty and to Drunken One. Flo gave applause, so he did hear me on the package. And Vanessa's back to Party Source. Vanessa Kitty, no sour. Tummy does not like it. No, yeah, this one's this Natty Light, this Natter Day, it's definitely got a little more sour, but it's not overly sour, I don't think. But it's got that raspberry lemonade feel to it.
It's actually, it doesn't taste like a natural light, that's for sure.
Hold it up to the camera. What's it look like? Does it look like a regular?
Yeah,
no, not the can, the beer. Okay.
Yeah, it's got great clarity on it and everything. Bumpy Rose says 4 sips left and I'm out of beer. What kind of beer drinker are you, Bumpy? You gotta be prepared for these things. You've been a terrible Boy Scout.
Shame.
Leaving Shame everywhere. Drunken One said hello, JL. Wet Dreams in the house. He says hello as well. And Vanessa says, "Oh, Bumpy." So basically, Bumpy's running out of beer. Bumpy, you brew beer too. How do you not have more beer there? This is bad planning, my friend. Bad planning. And Vanessa said hello back to Eric as well. Cody says, LOL, the beers have been spaced out a bit. I don't have my sidekick tonight. I'm about to crack open a Lagunitas Super Cluster. I never had Lagunitas before tonight. Really? I'm surprised you never had Lagunitas before, but Cody's still coming up in the beer world. So, yeah, I had Super Cluster at the brewery. It was all right. It was a good beer. And then Cody says, I got some Keystone Ice. RFL. The Keystone Ice. Super Cluster is solid. Brandon said, welcome, Brandon, as well. Vanessa says, I now have 2 cigar cutters from J.O. Nice. J.O. with the cigar cutters going out. And he said that Vanessa was the big winner. So bigger than my hat. You get the cutters, I got the hat. What's going on here?
Nice.
And it said, thank you, J.O. You were awesome, Vanessa said. Cream Ale is getting a test run tonight before being shared for the weekend. So Cody's got the Cream Ale ready to rock and roll that he brewed up. Buffy says, I saw that I had an 8 and thought I'd be okay. Guess I drink more than I thought. Home brewing is for men. Well, you can drink it. This be like a flat beer, right? So yeah, the alcohol's going. Oh wow, why Jo? Why would you let your wife do that? Jo says his wife is drinking a watermelon Four Loko, one of Todd's favorites.
Oh, Jo, come on, brother. Husbands don't let their wives drink Four Loko.
What did she do to piss you off, Jo? Oh man. Cody says, Eric, I'm looking forward to the PSA after the Keystone Ice tonight. So he's looking forward to that. Vanessa says, drinking a chocolate milk, any type of Kahlua or anything in that chocolate milk, spice it up a little bit. It might be a little slurred on the PSA. Wed said, did anyone drink the Dragon Milk Raspberry Stout yet? I did not. I saw it when I went to the store a couple weeks ago. I didn't pick it up because I got so many here. I do want to grab the raspberry one now. Did you guys get it at all? Or?
I seen it, but I didn't pick it up. Todd, did you see it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Sometimes it seems like we're a couple weeks behind you guys a lot of times.
I don't let it really get into stopping me from trying anything, but I heard the raspberry was probably one of the lower ones that they've done in that series. But I'm still going to give it a shot as I haven't got it yet.
I see
so many freaking beers. Yeah,
I see No Jinx sent Joe triple mash, but that's what I've been looking for. I haven't seen that around anywhere. And maybe it's just as soon as it's out, people scoop it up.
Nice. And then Cody says, I still have strawberry M43 here too. That sounds pretty good. And Eric says, dude, was that for the M43?
Yes, it was.
I'd like to try that one. Hint, 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 hint.
Jo says she likes them, but he hates them. Talking about the Four Loko. I hope she does it right and does it in a brown paper bag, Jo. You don't want the neighbors seeing she's drinking that in your house.
Show that can proud, buddy.
I don't know though. If they do see her drinking that, they might pass the hat around and take up a collection and be like, "Get that poor lady a good beer."
They're like, "Get out of here! What are you doing in this?" Don't let anybody in around here now. Vanessa says she has a dragon stout in the fridge, but she has Tippy Cow chocolate. Is that the name of the chocolate milk you're drinking there? Or is there like an alcoholic chocolate milk or chocolate? Wes said, "Do we ever get the unicorn sparks?" I have not gotten it because I have not seen DeClaw's distribution for it here yet. Although,
I picked that up, but I started to crack it tonight.
You got it?
I got one.
Okay. I think I'm going to Jungle Gyms this weekend because they would be my last shot to actually try to find one around here. If they don't have it, then nobody's got it really.
My local still might have some. If you don't get it, Rod, and you want one, I can pick one up for you if you want me to.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll definitely let you know that then. Yeah.
Okay.
JP4, welcome back. He's in the house, so nice to have you here. And Vanessa says Tippy Cow is made in Wisconsin, has rum in the cream. Nice. Speaking of rum, I had a lot of rum in Jamaica because all they had at the hotel was Red Stripe beer. So I did have a good amount of different rum drinks. I posted some of the pictures on Instagram. I didn't do any videos with the drinks. I just did a couple of the beer reviews from the Red Stripe and the Red Stripe Light, which I'd never had before. But
didn't know there was such an animal.
Yeah, I can't even think of the last time I had Red Stripe. It had to be like when I was in high school years ago because I don't think I've had it ever since college or anything.
I've never had Red Stripe.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you get Red Stripe Light in the States? Is that just there?
I think maybe people. I did the video. I think a couple people said they've seen it before, like a long time ago. I don't know if it's still here or not, though.
Okay. Of course, it's not one I seek to look after either, so not to say that's not available.
Not like I hunt it down.
Right.
And then Cody says, "Going to be fun night. Cheers, everybody." Party Source. Jo says we have Tippy Cow at our store, so I need to come check that out. Tippy Cow orange tastes like an orange creamsicle, so Vanessa says. That sounds pretty tasty.
So is it a mixed drink or was it a beer? I missed what you said. It has like rum in it.
It's rum and a cream, I guess like a cream drink. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a liqueur. Maybe it's a liqueur. So. Bumpy does say he has some rum, so he'll have to swing for that in a bit. So. And Cody says, "I've never had a Red Stripe before." So yeah, he's never had that either. First, he typed, "I never had a red strip before," but apparently he's never been to the right strip club. So, and Wed says, "Anybody had the Tramp Stamp IPA?" I have not had the Tramp Stamp. I don't believe. I think that's Clown Shoes that has a Tramp Stamp, if I'm correct.
I believe you're right.
Yeah, but I don't think I've had that one. And then Red Stripe is sold at the Military Class 6 store, Vanessa said. And then Vanessa said is a cream with alcohol, talking about the Tippy Cow. Cody says, "Eric, I've come close to trying, but I just haven't yet. Maybe this summer I would give it a try." And the Tramp Stamp is Clown Shoes, right? Is what Jesse said. So, yeah. And Vanessa said, basically chocolate milk with rum. So, there you go. And Blood X is in the house. Welcome, Blood X. And he says, "Hello, everyone." And Jo says, "Dude, I'm sorry, but I have to run. Catch you later." Well, thanks for swinging in. And before you leave, Jo, I'll go to show this. So if you check out Jo's channel, the Party Source Reviews, and on Wednesday nights, they actually do a cigar type event over at one of our other bars here. And they were giving away stuff. So this is actually the hat. It was a stupid thing, like a trivia question that he had to answer. I think it was like what the shirt was or color of the guy. And it's really a nice hat for one of the cigar vendors. This is from Ventura Cigar. So I ended up answering first, and Dale sent me this nice hat. So I really dig it, though. It's got a nice little cloth feel to it. 85% acrylic, 15 wool, but nice, decent one. It's a well put together hat. So I'll be rocking that at different times, and I appreciate it. And make sure you check out Jo over on the Party Source Reviews, as they actually do the beer reviews, but they also do the liquor reviews, the wine reviews, I think, too, and then the cigar stuff now as well. And all that stuff you can find at the Party Source. So make sure you check him out. And he says the events there are always so amazing. Yes, I'll have to get down there now that I'm back and everything. So I'll definitely swing by for something for sure. Cody says the Lagunitas Daytime IPA will be good while I'm trying to lose a little weight, I think. It's really a good beer in his opinion. Wet Dreams, has anyone had the Golden Shower Pilsner? I've not had the Golden Shower Pilsner.
Why
Be
would
careful
anyone buy
how you answer.
Why would anyone buy a beer called Golden Shower? Okay.
People buy the brown note from Against the Grain still. So
yeah.
That's just nasty.
And then Bumpy Rose said the old Myers rum is so awful. That's a green little face there. So, but he's trying. So speaking of rum, so down in Jamaica, threw these in the bag on the way back. I just got a couple of smaller ones, but it's the Appleton Jamaican rum.
Are we going to see some rum reviews there, Rod?
I may do some, and then the other one is the signature blend. That threw in there too. So
now that's only you can.
Just grab them
get those only in Jamaica.
Yeah, they're just down in. Well, I don't know if you can get them anywhere else outside that, but they're the Jamaican rum. So you may be able to get, like, when you get to the airport, like the duty free shops have them, but I've never seen them in the U.S. before.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I agree, Vanessa. She says that one sounds shady. Golden Shower, yeah. And Bumpy says it tastes like leather and plastic, talking about his rum right now. So that's not a very good review there, Bumpy. You may have to move on to gin or vodka or something along those lines. So, and then Flo Rida Hillbilly was in the house, right? So he sent me this box. I'm going to go ahead and open this up real quick. And I don't know, something on his channel, so you can check his channel out. And trivia or something, I think it was, but I ended up getting some stuff he was going to send me. And he actually gets pretty lit, like Friday nights, the weekend. They got some trivia stuff they do on his channel. And then he jams with some of the music and stuff. So make sure you check him out. You can hit the buttons next to his name and then see what he has to offer. And I think you will enjoy yourself. Always a good time over there. So first got a little envelope that he has here. And open that up. Damn, son. So Flo Rida sent me some stickers of his logos right there. You there, Flo Rida Hillbilly. And that's pretty cool, man. I need to get some stickers. Another one there. Yeah, different colors, different sizes. Right there, little Flo Rida Hillbilly.
Nice.
Pretty cool. There's another one there. And then he has the entertainment, comedy, music. Find me on. He's like me, man. You got to have a card, son. You got to let the people know where you're at. If you're running a YouTube channel and you ain't got a card, I don't know what you're doing right now. People ask about your channel. He's like, bam, hit him just like in living color. You know, the guy was like, I know I got a card around here. I know I got a card. He's just like, bam. And the other guy gives the card. So get yourself a card for your channel.
I don't have one.
Vista's open 24 hours. That's all I'm saying. Vista's open 24 hours. And then this is one of his other stickers. Never heard him. So he goes to different shows and like bands who record the video. But it's kind of nice. It's become like a tagline of his channel. That's another thing. If you're running a channel, you know, you kind of want to do something, maybe stick out a little bit. You know, I always say get your beer on, and people do different things. But that's like his little tagline there, which is pretty cool. And then he's down in Florida, so there's like a wave that he also sent here. And then here's some of the bigger ones, like bumper stickers, basically, Flo Rida Hillbilly. So get that little bit of marketing out there too. So nice. Thank you, sir. Do appreciate those. And put those aside. But wait, there's more. Let's see here. And of course, what would a box be without a beer? Bam. The American Pale Ale from Swamphead Brewery. It is their stump knocker. Little fish on the side there. So thank you there, Flo. Appreciate that as well. Get that baby in the cooler. And the last thing he sent me, because he does like some different seasoning, is he creates like gunpowder seasoning. So let me get this open. Wow, this is a lot too. Oh, check that. That's a nice little thing there. So check that out. So that's like seasoning that he actually put together as well. So it's a nice little gunpowder. Got a little handle on it. Dude, this is nice. I appreciate it, brother. I'm going to get you back some stuff here. But yeah, thank you, man. And that is from Flowrider. So make sure you check him out as well. He's there in the chat section. You can hit the buttons next to his name and check out what he has going on. And speaking of which, for people that are in here, if you don't know any of these other people in here, make sure you check out their channels. If you don't know, for instance, Eric's who's here, he's in the chat. He's Eric and Lions fan. You can hit the dots next to his name. You can check out his channel. Craig over at Kemp Beer Reviews. He does a lot of beer reviews from over in the UK as well as in the US because he gets a good amount of beers over there that we have here. In fact, he gets some beers from over here that we can't get over here, but somehow he gets them over there. But he does some reviews. He got Drunken One. You can check out his channel, who does home brewing, gardening, around town, all kinds of things, and just a fun overall great channel. BLT Gamers, who does some gaming there, who came in here earlier. You can check out his channel as well. And then if I miss anybody, let me know. Bumpy, check out Bumpy. He does the beer reviews, although he's out of beer right now. I don't know what kind of beer reviewer he is. If you run out of beer, I'm just saying. You got to have beer on hand at all times. At all times. You never know what could happen. Check out Cody, because Cody just started his channel. Cody's doing his first batch of cream ale as well. So a lot of good guys in here that you can also check out and show some support as well. I think you're doing a channel now too. So Wet Dreams, you can check out some of the stuff he does. He's on a lot of the different beer things as well. JP4 does a lot of stuff. I usually watch a lot of stuff. He does gaming. So on the PS4 as well. So check him out too. And a lot of good people, and appreciate everybody definitely coming in. We have Backwoods Billy in the house. He says, cheers, everyone. Welcome, Billy. Glad you can make it tonight. Also, check out Billy's channel as well. He does a lot of different beer reviews and goes to the festivals and does a lot of stuff with BJCP as well. So I miss Vanessa's comment earlier. She says, I like leather, but not to drink. So.
Whoa.
And he asked, did I get my luggage back yet? Yes, I did. I got it back the next day. So they dropped the luggage off and everything's good there. So now I am in the filing stage of the complaint type aspect. So for all y'all that's seen the American Airlines video, it was just crazy and it was just a mess. And right now I'm still getting emails on one of the groups on Facebook where people are still getting stranded around the country by American Airlines. So fly at your own risk with them, because they've actually come out themselves and said it could get worse going through the summer. So basically, they're telling you, if you want to buy a ticket with us, that's on you, because we may get you there, we may not. Or we may get you there and may not bring you home. Or we just may not get you there. So there you go. Vanessa says, I agree, business cards can help. See, Vanessa knows. Get your cards out there. Nice, and she says nice cards now, not just anything. Don't be using crayon. Don't be putting crayon on the index and handing it out as your card. The index card is too big, but crayon is just too sloppy. Don't do it that way. Brandon Garrett says, just found some Ithaca Beer Company beers at the bottle shop today, and Joe isn't on. Yeah, he's actually working late tonight because he's got a couple beer drinking events. One tomorrow, Bottle Share, and then a big beer festival for Albano Rhino. So you can check. If you haven't seen Albano Rhino channel, you can check him out too. He does a lot of the Canadian brew. And I do like Ithaca. I mean, Flower Power was one of the earlier ones I got into a little bit more of the craft beer scene after having that before. So what do you got there from DeClaw, Todd?
The pastry Arky. It's a Imperial pecan pie stout. Pecan pie.
Pecan? You say pecan or you say pecan now?
I say pecan.
You say pecan.
Yeah.
Fancy. You fancy.
They're fancy though.
We get some of that pecan pie. No pecan, we got some pecan.
Pecan.
Yeah, so what?
Yeah, I like Abbott. So
beat me to it.
Yeah. Billy said nice looking can art on that one too. Yeah, they do some nice looking cans on their stuff. So
yeah, I just picked this one up earlier this week. Happened to see it. It's the first time I've seen this one. I don't know if anybody has ever had it out there, but comes in at let's see, 8.5%.
That'll get you going. Yeah, I wonder, Billy, because you're like down there in the Maryland area. Have you been to the Guinness Brewery yet? I'm kind of curious what your feedback or take on it if you've been to the Guinness Brewery. And Cody says, Brandon, is that in Michigan? Talking about Ithaca. Ithaca is actually out of New York. And Bobby says, I think a ghost touched me after the last week. Goosebumps and hair standing on end. That rum getting to you. And Billy says, stop sniffing bottle caps, Bobby. Yeah, and the brand had it is from Ithaca, New York there. He said because Cody says because they have Ithaca, Michigan, which I never knew there was Ithaca, Michigan. So
yeah, there is. Mm-hmm.
And Vanessa, there you go. Vanessa said I added some channels. So some of you guys have a new fan with Vanessa Kitty. I'm sure the people will be appreciative. Speaking of which, I'm at 905 right now. I need 95 more to get to that magic 1,000 number. Although I feel like once I get there, YouTube's going to change something else again.
They probably will. They probably will.
But yeah, so I'm getting close to get to that 1,000, which would be a nice little thing to get done. So like I said, I appreciate everybody who's been supporting and coming on and keep commenting, liking, sharing, and all that stuff. And then that kicks it up in the YouTube algorithm, I think. So
Better start passing out some more cards.
I know, right? Passing some cards. Yeah.
Hey, you ought to give some to J.O. and just have him sit on the counter. Maybe hand some out for you.
I like the way you think there, son. Yeah. Well, it's funny because I'll go to the party source where J.O. is in the last couple times, and we've been there talking and stuff. He's good about that. He's like, come in there. He's like, oh, Ron's here. You got two like YouTube beer guys right here. Like, we'll start talking to people and stuff, and we'll do like a spontaneous review, or we'll try different things and stuff. So yeah, he's got a great shop down there, and he's actually, I don't know if you guys know that, he got promoted to the YouTube manager, which was awesome. So he now gets to travel around different spots to pretty much record for YouTube as part of his job.
YouTube manager?
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, for the party source. So basically running their YouTube channel.
Huh. Oh, okay. All right.
So that helps them with the marketing and everything like that.
Gotcha.
Which is great because that kind of industry, it's all about hospitality. So you're always sharing stuff. You're always getting people down there. They get the vendors come in from the liquor and the beer and all kind of stuff. You have people that can pop right on the videos, and it's a pretty fun time. And let's see here. Cody says, I'm planning a review on the cream ale soon. So there you go. That'll be awesome. Eastwind's in the house. He says, hey, Rick James. And also, Eastwind is still laughing from when we were doing the Rick James jokes one night. So that joke, I don't think that joke's ever going to die. So, I mean, we were rolling around a nursing home. Rick James, bitch. Let's see here. Billy said, thank God you're lucky your luggage may have had a European vacation. Yeah, so I mean, it went from Philly to Cincinnati, so it came in on the next flight and stuff. But the thing is, it was supposed to come in that morning and get it delivered. And it was like 4 PM. I hadn't seen anything. So I called over to find out what was going on. They're like, oh yeah, it came in, but no one marked it down to get delivered to you. And I'm like, well, we met with the people the night before to get it set up. And they're like, yeah, but they can't do it until the actual luggage is there. And the people that came in on the day shift didn't mark it. I was like, are you so then they put it on there.
Jesus, man.
And then they were like, well, we'll put it on the thing. If it gets picked up, you should get it tonight. And they said, like, online, you get it at 6. You should get it by midnight or whatever. It didn't come in, but then the next day it came. So
just another epic fail.
Yeah. So, but I couldn't put that on American Airlines. Well, I could put on American Airlines, but it was a different company delivered that. They didn't get it on time. But then again, it wasn't given to them properly either. Let me see here. I forgot where I was at. Oh, Bumpy says, I want beer. Kicking my own ass. Beer run tomorrow. Who is that in? Liar, liar. Who goes to the bed? Jim Carrey goes to the bathroom where he could beat himself up. And the guy's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm kicking my own ass. You mind? Cody says, couldn't believe the guy who said his wife and him needed meds, and the rep said, okay. Yeah, it was just it's man, right? So they end up having to go in and get the stuff out of check bags for some of the people that needed medication. I mean, I don't know if I had the video on there when EMS did show up for somebody else or not when they brought the stretcher and stuff through in the tank and like anxiety and everything. I think I may have not gotten that part. It was just like so much stuff that was just happening, you know. But yeah, I think I had the police in there when the police were there. They kind of just standing around like they didn't know what to do. They called them over because they were afraid stuff was going to break out in a riot.
Yeah, looked like it was headed that way.
It was ugly. It was. I mean, it was. Yeah, it was getting that way.
Especially the one guy yelling about not having his medicine. I mean, that shame on them.
It's to a point where you're mad to a certain point, but you're kind of like, you can only go a certain amount, because then it's like, if you get kicked off of there, you're like living cross country somewhere. You're not going to want to drive cross country, right? You need to get on the plane. So it's kind of like the NBA game. You're working the ref to a certain point to not try to get that T, but at the same point, you're trying to get your frustration out.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, how much? Because believe me, I thought, like, what if I just throat punch this guy? I get kicked out of the airport, but I could get a car. I could get a car and then drive back up to Cincinnati. But then it's like, do I have to go to? Would I get arrested first, and then have to get out and then go get a car? And it's kind of like, too much stuff was going on.
Did you ever contemplate on getting a? Sorry, go ahead, Tom.
No, go ahead, Eric. No, go ahead.
Did you ever contemplate on getting a rental car and saying, "Fuck this, I'm gonna head back home"?
Not to drive all the way to Cincinnati. My wife did. She said she was ready for me to try to do that. I'm like, I couldn't drive. I was up 29 hours the night before anyway, so there's no way I could drive that far without having an arrest anyway. So, but I thought about getting a car and driving to Fort Lauderdale or Palm Beach, because I was looking on their flights, but they had no flights out of there, or even to go maybe up to Orlando, but there was no flights out of there as well. So, I mean, when you have 2,200 flights across the country delayed and canceled, you're kind of fucked. American Airlines. I mean, everybody's kind of getting shut down. But then it's like some people are taking off who just got to the airport. Make them fucking wait a certain amount of hours, and then we'll take their plane.
Yeah, that's the part I don't understand. Is like, why not? Enough's enough. Eventually, just let somebody else take their turn.
Yeah. But I saw the guy on NBC News the other night. They were asking him about the 737 stuff. And I saw that. I pulled the story out. I texted the producer. I'm like, you need to ask them why they're stranding people across the country instead of why they're not flying the 737s. Haven't heard back anything from them, but I'm like, kind of, who cares about their 737 thing? We care because we don't want to be on it because we don't want to crash. But and I saw there was another airline that just came out. The one that did have the crash, like Ethiopian Airlines, they're saying they probably won't even use the 737s anymore. So I mean, Boeing's going to take a big hit on that plane.
Yeah.
Let me see here. And then Cody said, not a fan of the super cluster. A little too malty for his taste. Oh, he got a baby palate.
Dude, I like malty beer, so that's probably right up my alley.
Nah, I mean, if you don't like the maltiness, it does have a little bit of a maltiness there and everything too, but that's fine. I mean, you may come back to it later on and actually like it as well. So I know what people like. They'll say they didn't like barley wines first time they had them, and then like 5 years later they have them and they actually enjoy them. That's the thing. Your palate is always shifting over periods of time. And Vanessa says pecans from Fort Worth. Is that where they're from? Fort Worth, Texas? Hello?
I don't know.
Bueller? Pecan.
Where's D1 when you need him?
Yeah. Billy says DeClaw's Brewing was one of my first craft brewing companies I visited and ate in Annapolis or near it, also Hartford County, Maryland. Yeah, DeClaw does some good stuff. I actually did piece with them after I met one of their reps at one of the beer fests years ago on the blog site about their brewery and stuff too. They do a good job. He said, look for Heavy Seas Brewing with Heavy Seas does a good job as well. Heavy Seas did good on a collab they did with Mad Tree here in Cincinnati. Eastwind says he has his Guinness diploma. He says, I love kitties. I don't know where the kitties came from.
Eric.
Does somebody mention kitties? He's just saying, I love kitties.
Okay.
He said it because Vanessa Kitty. I'm like thinking, like, where'd you come with the kitty? It's Vanessa Kitty, yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, is she still in there?
I knew where that was going. I just didn't want to say anything.
I was thinking someone made a cat comment or something in the comments and I missed it. Yeah. Billy said he hadn't been to the Guinness Brewery yet. He was looking to, but contracted bronchitis that hit him in the rear by a driver. Okay. He was contracted bronchitis, and then he was hit in the rear by a driver that was on the phone. Like you did mention, in your video, you were in a car accident there. So hopefully you're getting better from that and the bronchitis. Yeah. It's like I thought they were supposed to like start ticketing and stopping people from being on the phone when they're driving. Like all these states pass laws, but like nothing ever happens.
Yeah, supposed to.
Because the cops knows it's bullshit and they got better things to do.
Because the cops are too busy doing it themselves.
But yeah, who stops the cop when the cops are on the phone?
Hopefully another officer does, but
they don't. They got a whole like laptops office in their front of their car.
Yeah,
I think pull up to a police car. He's on the phone. Pull over. Just
give him the Matumbo finger at him, wave at him. No.
Billy said before that I pulled my left bicep. Before that, plus I have a ton of doctor's appointments. Allergist, primary doctor, cardiologist. Also, the breathing test rule out CBOPD. Plus, hey, a lot of stuff going on, my friend. Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you get through everything. All right, there. Vanessa, at Guinness in Dublin, they taught us how to pour a proper pint. He goes, okay, yeah. So if you go to the Guinness in Dublin, you do get a certificate that you can get on how to actually pour the proper beer, which is the 119 seconds, 119 points, something, I believe. And then they will give you a certificate there. I would love to go to Dublin at some point and check that out. Well, Ireland, Germany, and I actually want to go to Poland now, too, because Poland has a really big beer scene, from what I'm understanding, as well as some of the stuff they're doing in craft beer.
Just not on American Airlines.
I'm going to wait for that Delta passage to come up. Vanessa said, oh, nice. When she visits Ireland, she'll have to try that. And Chris Eastwind said, definitely do it. Great. 1911 also. And then Vanessa says she drove cross country. She's going to drive cross country, which she goes. That would be a great experience. Billy, you're killing me here. He says also several orthopedic doctor appointments. Getting old, thank God my poop test came back good. Or my primary doctor says she wanted me to get a camera shoved up my said no need, he passed.
No thanks.
Been there, brother. Been there.
It's like a mechanic. Need to get a light up in there. Yeah. And then Mumpy says, my wife is flying back from Florida tonight, canceled her layover flight, and put her on a direct, killing 2 hours of waiting. Well, there you go. That's good. Yeah, I hate doing layovers. I like to get the one shot when possible with no extra stops. And Billy says, so Guinness is off until August. The plate is full. I see that there. Hey, there's EG. Gilbert's in the house. Says, cheers, fools. And then Eastwind says, here's Eric. Cheers. And what's Eric drinking tonight? He started out with a beer or beer whiskey's already flowing, I wonder. And then you said you had a scare, Eric.
Yeah. I don't know if you watched my last weekend ramble.
I didn't see your last week one. I was down there, yeah.
Yeah, it was I gotta say, man, when stuff doesn't look good and out the south, you get very concerned.
Yeah, yeah. Well, especially, being guys, we grew up in a, walk it off type mentality, a lot of us. So as we get older, we got to make sure to check out stuff at the doctor and everything.
Mm-hmm. I was scared because, well, you think the worst when stuff like that happens.
Yeah. But you're good?
Yep, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, that's good. Cheers to that. Let's see here. Cody says, I like malty beers like Two Hearted Ale, but not super cluster. It might not be your jam, as Joe would say. So that's fine. There's tons of beers, and you're not going to like them all. Trust me, I still can't down a Kugel Shandy without wanting to spit it back up. So,
or a Four Loko.
Yeah, or Todd, Four Loko. Yeah, I mean, apparently, Jo.'s wife has more fortitude than Todd does.
And I'll drink to that. God bless her.
Chris said, "Go Bruins and Patriots." Yeah. And then Eric Gilbert says, "Go Pack, go! Suck Lions, suck!" Wow, you're firing shots already. Just getting here firing shots. Vanessa said, "No, her brother has plenty of pecan trees in Fort Worth. A lot of pecans from Texas and Tucson regions. Must be a good climate to grow them in, I guess." And Billy says, actually, a Gulfstream private jet indicated the most commercial jets. The pilot or the co-pilot should have pulled the autopilot card, disabling it. So the jet problems have been pilot area, made worse by Boeing not training the pilots. Yeah, I don't know. From what they're saying, I mean, because with the 737s, it was the software error more than the pilots. The pilots weren't trained on certain things and dealing with the software on all the airlines and stuff. So, because even the American Airlines were complaining about it and one of their things, but they actually, I guess, have been able to train for it. They said from the time it starts to make that downward descent, you have like 40 seconds to do something before it crashes. So, if you're not trained on it, you're probably trying everything you can think of, and it's not working unless you get that other engine to pop right. Let me see here. Hey, Beer Man's in the house. Welcome, brother Beer Man, out there in Oregon. Says, good to have you back, man. How's it going, everyone? Poland sounds fun. Yeah, people don't think about Poland, but Poland craft beer, they've been having a pretty good immersion on the craft beer scene from things I've read and things I've seen on some of the other videos. So would definitely think about checking out. But before that, I wouldn't have thought about really checking out Poland. I mean, maybe for some sausage or something, but didn't really think about the beer.
I could go for a bratwurst right now. Thanks, Rod.
Yeah.
You had to bring it up.
Little kielbasa.
Yeah.
Billy said actually he was ticketed by a state trooper for following too close. He helped him out by not issuing a reckless driving ticket. He was also speeding. Yeah. But he should have got a reckless too if he was on the phone. That sucks.
Yeah.
Beerman said, not you, but LOL. And Cody says he really wants to go to Germany. He's been fascinated in the beer styles for Germany. Yeah, I mean, you want to go where you got all that great beer stuff. I mean, I've actually found myself getting more into the Rauch beers and the Schwarz beers, so that's why I want to get to Germany as well. Oktoberfest that we had here in October, late September, was actually really good on some of the German beers they brought over too. So kind of looking forward to going back to that again this year. Oh, you're being funny now, Chris. He says AA has a great flight to Germany. I won't be on it.
No thanks.
He says only 7 layovers.
Only 7 layovers.
You get there just in time to turn around to fly back.
And Billy asked Eric, did you get a camera shoved up your poo hole?
I did.
You had to get a camera there? You had to go. You had to go to the doctor and everything. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Up your poo hole.
And then Beerman says, definitely, Corey, I want to go to Germany badly as well. Beerman said that. And then Beer Man laugh up the pool hole. LOL. Everybody's loving the pool hole. Yeah. That's pretty soon that'll be a video game. Up the pool hole. Beer Man says he has not had the Stone Tropic Thunder IPA yet. I need to try it. I haven't had a Stone beer in. I can't even remember the last time I had a Stone beer.
I can't either, Ed.
Oh, I can tell you. Last time I had one was the Metallica one, which I don't think I've uploaded that review yet.
Oh, the Enter Night, was that what it was called?
Yeah, I did that one. My backlog right now, people, I got like 66 videos in backlog right now that I've got to get uploaded. So it's coming. It'll be out there. It's funny though, because I was watching Brad Allison earlier, one of his videos, and he had to come up on there, video was drinking. He's a drink 12 something 18. So I'm like, your backlog's like mine. You're just uploading now from December. So it's hard to get all these beers up there.
I think the last Stone beer I had was the Woot Stout.
I got that down there. I haven't drank it yet, but I have that in the basement too.
It was in the 12-ounce bottle for the first time.
Yeah. And Vanessa said, get the colonoscopy when doc tells you to. She said her dad passed from colon cancer back in 2007. So yeah, I said you got to get checked out and get stuff done. And sorry to hear about your dad there, Vanessa. Why would you put that on here, Eric? Should I do 4 local series for Malt Liquor Monday?
And the answer is yes, you totally should.
I think you should do it with Todd as a special guest.
Oh, I don't think you would come out and be like, no, sorry, I can't.
Like, I'm booked for every Monday from now until you decide not to do it anymore. Honestly, Eric, for you, I would do that if you'd want me to.
I'm not going to put you through that hell, Todd.
You can title it helping.
No, I just got to choose. I just got to choose a better for loco. That's all.
You could title
if there is such a thing.
You could title it "Helping Todd Finish a Can of Four Loko" or something. You know, helping Todd out.
Well, let me know, Eric. If you want to do it, I'll do it.
All right, man.
All right. What's happening? He says, "Yo, good to see you. Made it home eventually." Yeah, thanks. It took a while, but made it back. Bumpy says, "I got blood pouring out where it shouldn't be sometimes. Then I remember to drink water." Bumpy's a trooper. He's going hardcore. What are you drinking now, Bumpy? Because I feel like you're not drinking a rum anymore right now. Billy says, pneumonia. I've had it 2 times the last couple of years, and that made them question COPD. Luckily, he passed the breathing test. Cardio test is up next. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had pneumonia. I think I may have had bronchitis at one time, but I don't really ever get sick. It's kind of crazy, and I can be around sick people and not even get sick. Like my wife is like surprised sometimes I don't get sick from some of the stuff that happens.
You're like me, Rod. That's why I am. Yeah. Shannon gets mad. Of course, she's being a nurse, she's getting sick all the time from stuff, and I'm like, I can't remember the last time I actually had a regular cold.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. As next week I'll be sicker than a dog probably.
The last cold I had, it took me like 3.5 weeks to get over with. It was that real long one. It kept sticking around. It was that one.
Yeah, I can't even think when I had a cold last either. I've had like part of it, but then it just like goes away really, really quickly. So I'll get a sinus infection. I'll have that happen once in a while, but
yeah, that doesn't even. I don't even get those.
A couple prednisone and I'm good to go. Let's see here. And Cody said the Stone Tropic Thunder Tropical Lager is awesome, so he does like that one. Yeah, we have it in our store here. I pass it all the time. I just never pick it up. I feel like Stone has kind of lost me as being something that is anything worth taking a shot on sometimes. Because they've had so many other things out there that haven't been as great compared to what they used to be. So it's kind of like I'd rather try some of the other stuff before I try to Stone. But that's just me.
No, I agree. I mean, several years ago when he was starting to venture out into different ones. Stone was coming up with all these, so he was like, "Oh yeah, it's good. I can't wait to get the next one, different, whatever." Now to me, kind of like Stone and some of the other big ones, it's kind of like your Burger Kings and McDonald's of the world.
Yeah, it's like when
In
they
a
had
sense.
the Mocha IPA. I really liked that one. I would buy that one as soon as it came out. And then when I talked to them and they were getting rid of it because they couldn't get enough people behind it, I'm like, this is actually if you like stout and you like IPA, it's a nice beer that comes together to mix the two. And it's like, I guess the taste just wasn't enough for the common person. It would seem like it was a snob type thing, but it's kind of like for people that are maybe not to that level to really appreciate it. So. And I like the Czechoslovakia. I like that one, but eventually I'll drink this wood stout. What do you got there? Which one is that?
Eric, you're on mute.
You're on mute, Eric.
Can you hear me now?
Nope, you're still
on mute.
Oh, there you go. Some bitch.
That's why I was like, shit, I can't click the damn thing. Well, this is one Cody might know, since he lives in Michigan, he might know who this brewery is. This is from the River Edge Brewing Company. These guys are out of Milford, Michigan. This is a special release. It's their Dirty Frank Stout. And it says it's made with English malt and brown malts, rye, smoked malt, and molasses. And it's aged in bourbon barrels. Comes in at 6.7% ABV.
Dirty Frank.
With the cat with the eye patch.
Vanessa, here's your beer.
Do you guys get up one? Rod, you probably get up one.
Yeah, I get up one.
Do you, Eric?
Say that one more time, Todd.
Do you get Upland Brewing? And then there's another one with Three Floyds. I can't remember what the fourth one is offhand. I thought about getting it today while we were out, but I never did make it by there to get it. So kind of interested to see.
Speaking of Three Floyds, did you guys see any of the stuff on Dark Lord Day this year?
Oh yeah,
the release. People were laid out across the ground, hammered.
Oh yeah.
It was ugly.
Looked like a war zone.
Yeah. And for those of you not familiar with Three Floyds, obviously, Dark Lord is one of their beers. Zombie Dust is really one of their big beers, Robert the Bruce. But they had Dark Lord Day where pretty much they released that. But it's also like a bottle share that takes place there too, I guess. And
yeah, it's an all-day event. I think even the night before. Yeah, people get there on Friday night. So it was just this past Saturday. I think it was this past Saturday. And Friday night they'll do a huge camp out, bottle share, whatever, and just people are just going getting ape shit crazy and blitzed. And I saw the same video that I think you're probably talking about. I was like, good Lord.
Yeah, it was a lot of drunk people.
I know people are trying to resell those things for $3.50 a piece, a bottle. not $3.50, $300.
Yeah. Let's see, Eric, go ahead.
I was gonna say I've never actually had the chance to try one, but I want to go up there sometime and do that.
Yeah, it seemed like it'd be a fun thing to do. I knew a couple people on Twitter that actually went and posted some of the stuff, but it looked like a great time. Just prepared to get annihilated there, apparently.
Eric, that should be something we should do. We should meet there. That's probably it's probably closer to you than it is me, but maybe halfway, a little more than halfway, maybe.
Probably, yeah. I'd say halfway.
Yeah.
Because it's probably 3.5, maybe 4 for me here to get the Three Floyds.
It's about 3 for me.
Okay, so it might be about halfway. Hey, we should do that next year. Let's go to Dark Lord's Day.
All right, man.
What? I can't go. What the fuck? It's my turn.
Oh yeah. No, Eric, Rod, you can come too. I forget you're just only an hour and a half away. So yeah, let's do it. We should do it.
Like these bastards are making plans on my own damn channel.
Sorry, Rod, you're out. No. Yeah, you can come. I can't get you to come here to Louisville. I didn't figure you'd go up to Indiana.
Wow.
We get down to Louisville. We'll do some stuff. Yeah.
How far is Louisville from me?
Probably not. Well, from where you're at to here is like what, like 5 hours or something, maybe 6 hours. I don't know. From here to me to Chicago, it's about 5 hours.
Directions.
I'd say you're probably about 6 hours, probably.
It all depends on the highways and how they're cut, I guess, when you go.
5 hours and 27 minutes via Google Maps.
To Cincinnati?
Okay. Yeah, or no, to Louisville.
Oh wow, that's not that far. Yeah, because you'd be coming straight down to Indiana and over into to Kentucky.
Cincinnati is almost 5 hours.
Okay,
that was closer. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I still think we should get people together and do like a big cabin bottle share one weekend. Everybody just in and just gets crazy. Like one of these places up here, like in southern Ohio or something, probably towards the middle, because I know Joe could probably get down rather easily. It's kind of like they have like the Gatlinburg type cabins up here as well. So
should totally do that.
Yeah.
I haven't even drank this Dirty Frank yet.
What's it smell like?
A stout. It says it's made with bourbon barrels, but I'm not picking up any rye or anything either.
Any some woodiness?
No, I'm just picking up the dark malt, and that's pretty much it.
Any woodiness on the Dirty Frank?
Are you getting some wood there? What's going on?
What are your intentions, Todd?
You tell us. It's your drink.
If it's Dirty Frank, it might be a stale sock.
It could be. I'm going to go for it. Cheers, guys.
A lot of mustiness. I'm not sure.
Yeah. As long as it's not salty.
It's not salty. It is not. Picking up some of the bourbon. It says it's aged in bourbon barrels, but I don't know how long. Picking up some bourbon. Picking up the malts, dark malts. Picking up a little bit of the rye. That's pretty much it. It's a little bit light bodied, but at 6.7 it's going to be. But
you get any of the booziness from the bourbon?
A teeny tiny bit. I mean, you could tell it's there, but it's like pressed down with everything else.
Yeah,
it's good. I mean, it's not bad. Not bad.
Okay,
I'm digging it.
Nice smoothness to it.
Yeah.
Head
retention's like really good. I mean, I'm surprised. There's still about a finger's worth of head on here.
Well, keep the head.
That's what she said.
Eric Gilbert said he had wings and Lagunitas at the Crooked Uncle on the way home. So, Crooked Uncle Frank,
Crooked Uncle
going around here.
Yeah.
What Lagunitas? Probably Lagunitas IPA to go with the wings. TQ is rooting on the Raptors right now. He's like, go Raps. And I just looked over. It was like 71-70, I think. I didn't see who was winning, though, but it's a tight game there.
Yeah, I got the game on in the background myself.
Yeah. And then Cody says, saw your video, Eric. Glad to see things are okay for you.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah. And then Billy said, yeah, the software was most likely hacked, in my opinion, since Bowen has the presidential plane contract. Guess what model's proposed to the president yet? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't hear anything about it being hacked or anything. I just know that it was an error in the software that was causing the plane. And they showed it on one of the news stations. Essentially, there's a situation where the plane, when it's going up, that it falls under a false light that causes to think that the engine is out on the other side and it overcompensates or something. So it was in like a software thing that they're trying to fix now, but I don't know. I don't think I've flown in the 737 Maxes previously. I don't think I had. So,
don't they usually, when they take off, they're manual anyway? So they don't have to deal.
They might be manual coming out, but I mean, they hit this at some point taking off too. I mean, a lot of them have that programming now in place.
Yeah.
The thing that freaks me out more, well, I'm not freaked out by. I think I'm always worried about is like the drones. As people get closer with drones at some of these places now, that they're showing the damage they can do to planes. So they're trying to crack down on that kind of stuff.
They're supposed to be regulated by the FCC, though, aren't they? Is it FC or FAA or whoever?
Yeah, FAA. Yeah, was it FAA or the FAA is the airlines. There was something else. It might be Department of Transportation, might be DOT as well. I don't know. You see, he said your cousin said you learned something about you that you didn't need to. ROFL. And Gilbert said great wings. They were jerk wings. So yeah, with jerk, I mean, in Jamaica, everything was like jerk chicken, jerk pork. I mean, yeah, they had some. And they would like every day at like 12 o'clock, they would make jerk chicken on the beach. And that was some good stuff. Jerk chicken with red beans and rice. Yeah, right there off the grill. Yeah. You're like, oh, I'm going back to take a nap again.
What was the price for that? How much they charge you?
Oh, nothing. It's all included.
Oh, that was part of it. Okay.
Yeah. And then for the people that wanted a couple of years there at coconut, they would take the coconuts down from the trees. They would cut up the coconut, and people would drink out the coconuts and stuff too. But yeah, the only thing you had to pay for, like if you want to go on an excursion, like scuba diving and stuff like that and everything, you would pay for those type of things.
Right.
Like party boats and stuff like that. If they had you'd be able to get like the boards, right? Like the standing boards that you would paddle. And like people would try to get those. And you start out on your knees, you got to stand up. You just see people keep falling over and stuff. There were some people that got it down nicely though, but yeah. But it was
how was time. The condo or hotel that you stayed in?
Hotel was okay. It was if it was Riu, which is RIU, pretty much kind of like the same setup almost that we had when we went to Cancun last year. The one we stayed at this year was the Riu Reggae. Last year we stayed at a Riu Palace. The Palace has like the suite rooms. This one didn't have the suite, so it was a little bit different of a setup. But stock your fridge, so you have beer. You had the like in that video I showed, you had the 4 bottles of alcohol in there. So if you ever got low, you would change the bottles out. But that was like rum, vodka, I think gin, and I forgot what the other one was they had in there. But they would put like Cokes in your fridge, waters, all kind of stuff, anything you would need to drink. So, and then the snack bar, there was one bar that was open 24 hours, and they had a snack bar there as well. Where at nighttime, like after hours, they would put like different sandwiches and all that kind of stuff. So you can grab those, take them to your room, put them in your fridge as well, or fruit cups and stuff like that. Yeah.
So were you able to go to like other resorts that was included in it as well, or like to eat or whatever?
Yeah, with the Rio, you can go to any of the Rio resorts that were there. So there were 3 next to each other. I didn't leave the one that we were at, but you were able to go to either one of those 3. And so people will be coming back and forth. The one that we were at were adult only. The one next to us, you could have children. So people that had families were at that one more so than ours and stuff. But yeah, you can go to any of them.
Did you do any exploring while you were there? Like kind of go off the beaten path or?
No, not really. I mean, one of the guys I met there, we were talking and we were hanging out for a little bit. He was actually from over in Leeds in the UK. And we were talking about, it was so funny because he was saying he was from the UK or whatever. I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, I know people over in the UK. And I mentioned like Craig and stuff and Kent and different areas. I said, a couple of the guys I think are in Leeds as well. And he's like, you said Leeds, like everybody I talked to, nobody knows where Leeds is. So I just kept saying the UK and saying Manchester. It's like you're the first person that knew Leeds. And I'm like, yeah. The world, like, I don't know about Leeds. You know what I'm saying? So, and we talked for a little bit, hung out, and had a Cuban cigar when I was there. So I was smoking a cigar and talking with him and stuff. So, and then he went over. He actually, there was a couple guys over there that basically you can, how do you say, like, well, the marijuana over there, which they call Ghana, like pretty much, I guess everybody kinds of sells. But you have to be careful, I guess, who you go to approach it with, because some of the guys will knock you over the head or so. But he actually knew one of the guys there, so he went and got like cookies from him or whatever. So because he didn't want to smoke it, so he got like marijuana cookies that one of the guys had and stuff, and did some different things. But I didn't have any of that stuff. But it was funny because at the hotel, you're not supposed to smoke it. But every time I went on the back deck, I was getting like aromas from every different direction. Like,
you can smell it.
Yeah. You can smell from everywhere. Like, and I looked down on the beach. I didn't see anybody on the beach, but it's like, well, they're gonna be smoking in their room or something, you know. But the only thing that was like with Jamaica that was like kind of a little bothersome, and that's just because it's me. And I don't like to wait for a lot of stuff. Is they move a little bit slower than I'd be accustomed to. Like you'd really wait for people to come around to drink orders or food orders. It was like there was no hustle in their step really. So that was a little crazy. You know, it's like, you know, pick it up a little bit more here. I'm kind of thirsty, you know. Yeah, but no, good people, good fun time.
Yeah, I had a real good time when I went over to England. The people are much more friendly over there than they are here. I mean, it just seems like they're more social. That social interaction over there than there is here. People seem only for where I live at. People kind of seem to be to themselves quite a bit, and over there they seem to be more social to foreigners over there. They'll talk to them. Good with it. Like I said before, the last time I was there, gonna spend December 17. We talked to the bartender that owned the bar for like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
just talking about how he owned the bar, how he came about acquiring it, and all that sort of stuff. So they seem to be much more. Anywhere else you go, they seem to be much more social, interactive than Americans are.
Yeah, probably don't have their heads in the phone as much either.
That's probably it.
Yeah, because when we were there, we met people. Like I said, I met him from Leeds, but we met other people from around the country, from France and from some other areas. Like we met one couple, and she was from Ghana, and the husband was from Jamaica, and but they lived in the UK. And then we met other people that came in from other areas, Germany, and everybody was pretty nice for the most part. But talking to people, I think you saw more of that. I mean, the Americans would talk, but it was always with the Americans, but you saw a lot more of the other people from the other cultures talking to other people that weren't just in their culture.
Yeah.
So. But let me see here. Billy says, "Oh no, this is a good old boy area. The guy who rear-ended us is big deal in Seafood. Oh, he's talking about from that car wreck. So that's why you got the favoritism from the police officer, I'm sure." And then Cody was talking about used to it. LMAO, pretty some gruesome experiences in nursing. Yeah, so the whole medical stuff. Beerman says, "Praise the poo hole."
Nice.
I think he missed the part of what was going on because he's like, "What?" And he says, "Yeah, on the backlogs, dang, I'm struggling every day to get one up every day, and it's tiring." Yeah, when I first created the channel, I used to put a video up like every day, and it just gets to be too cumbersome. So you start to find what groove works for you and everything like that. But even right now, because I was out of town last week, I got to get videos put together for this weekend and stuff. But you shoot these videos, but then depending on what you want to do with them, I should say, like Beer Man, if you guys ever checked out Beer Man's channel, you need to check out his channel. He does some really great editing on stuff. So it's not like it's just a shoot and upload. And I'm the same way. Like I try to edit some stuff as far as fades and stuff like that and everything. So if you're just shooting to shoot and upload it, it's a lot easier doing the one a day. But if you're going to put editing behind it, definitely takes longer. So usually on the weekends, I'll do the videos and edit them and then send them for the week and stuff. And then see, Brimmer said, "Just kidding on the praise, LOL." I think the new X-Men movie is about to come out again. I have no idea what's going on with X-Men anymore. Eric Gilbert says, "Malt Liquor Fools." Malt Liquor Monday Fools. Are you doing one for Malt Liquor Monday? Are you going to go Four Loko? Or you got one set?
Not this coming Monday, but probably the Monday after that. I'll start the
no Memorial Day. No Memorial Day Malt Liquor.
No Memorial Day Malt Liquor. No.
I figure you can do Memorial Day Malt Liquor. You get a cut off red, white, and blue shirt with some jorts on.
No.
Daisy Dukes.
Nope.
Get a mullet wig and be out there for Malt Liquor.
Nope.
A sparkler hanging out of the back pocket.
I do have red, white, and blue trouser shorts. I do.
Bumpy said, "Brushed up and listening in bed. I so need beer." So he was struggling with the beer there still. I'm actually off like 20 minutes in the comments here. Cody says, "LOL, being a nursing that scares you into having healthy habits. Rod, you don't want pneumonia. It can land you with the chest tube. Lately, I've had a lot of young ones with alcohol-related illness." Oh, that's no good. Like young ones, like children with alcohol-related illness? Beerman says you need to get you a beer bumpy. Want me to get you one? LOL. Cody says make sure you really be careful seeing it so much. I bet. Wow. Vanessa said lungs collapsed back in '93. Very familiar with chest tubes. Man.
Mm.
What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you? For you guys? Like
As far as like going to the hospital or anything?
Eric, he's muting himself all damn time. Like the worst injury you've ever had, like you'd think.
Oh, I got a story, but I'll let Todd go first.
Probably, knock on wood, I've never had any broken bones. Probably the worst one of two things probably. Years ago, before I got in the office at work, I used to work out in the shop, and I cut my finger and had to get 7 stitches. But then also used to play softball, competitive softball.
Right.
And I was on third base as a runner, and our cleanup hitter was up and pulled one, and I couldn't get out of the way, and it hit me square in the head. And yeah, so that probably outweighs the stitches, because that wasn't bad at all. But luckily it hit me in the ear. I mean, just thinking, a couple inches one way or the other, and it hits me in the temple or something, I might be dead. There's no way I could get out of the way of it.
Wow.
And playing baseball my whole life is like, I went the way I was supposed to go, but the much top spin as he had on, the sucker just hooked right into me. Yeah, that laid down. In fact, when we was playing that night, there's a field right next to it. Everybody in that whole other field just stopped because like they could hear the impact of the ball hitting me in the head, and everybody just stopped and looked, and I was just laid out on the ground. I mean, it didn't give me a concussion, didn't knock me out. I was fine. I was trying to get up, and everybody was like, no, you got to stay down. And my mom was there because she always come watch me play, and they called the ambulance, and I was like, no, my mom will take me. So I went there. Kind of funny story. I sat in the emergency room for like hours before I went back. So finally I got, they take you back and they run all the tests. And I'm like, oh, you're fine. As I'm leaving, they're like, okay, we're going to go, let you go home, sit up in bed for the next 24 hours or whatever. Don't lay down. Like, and if you get some liquid, start coming out of your ears and come back. I'm like, what the fuck? You're going to let me go home, and then you're going to tell me if some liquid start coming out of my ears to come back? I'm like, shouldn't you be able to tell me that before I leave? So anyway, longer ramble than what she's wanting, but those are probably the 2 worst things that's ever happened to me.
Yeah.
So are you ready for this, Rod? Are you ready?
Go ahead.
So me and my cousin we were on our 4-wheelers, and we were kind of, well, not our 4-wheelers. This is back when I was about 11 or 12. So we got a little racetrack back on our property there. So we're buzzing around, and I turn around to look for my cousin. He was with me, so I turn around like this, and I come back, and I'm like, oh shit, there's a tree. So I try to turn and miss the tree. The back side of the tire hits it, flips me over, and I ended up breaking my collarbone.
Oh.
So I come back, and I'm just like, kind of down like this, and my mom was like, go get an ambulance, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, let's take him to the hospital. So I ended up going to the hospital. They ended up finding out I broke my collarbone. So, and I told them, I said, well, I flipped my 4-wheeler, and that's why I'm here. Well, at that point, I guess when I said that, they had to bring an officer. So the officers asked me questions like, what were you doing? Oh, blah, blah, blah. And I tell him. And he goes, I know I might already know the answer, but I need to ask it anyway. He says, were you drinking anything?
And you were like 11.
Yeah, I'm like 11. And I'm like, just a couple of glasses of Kool-Aid, officer, and with a straight face. and he's like looking at my mom and dad like, what? And then everyone just busts up laughing, looking like, what?
I'm all hopped up on red right now.
Yeah. On cherry Kool-Aid, that's what I had.
Kool-Aid.
I had the big old the red Kool-Aid mustache, all that sort of stuff when I was a kid.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
So that may not be as funny, but if you were there, dude, you would have been like cracking and be like, come on, man. That's not what he's asking. He's asking if you had any alcohol. He didn't ask him physically what you had to drink.
Because later on, you have Crane and Kool-Aid. So, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't think I've had really too much. I mean, The only surgery I've had is like I had an elbow surgery one time. Was that really sucked? Not because really the surgery, because surgery, you just go in there and it's like we're going to count from 9 back or whatever, and it's like 9, 8, and you're out, like from the anesthesiologist stuff. But going to the therapy afterward, like I can remember, like I went in and I was like benching at the time. I was probably benching around 350, 360, somewhere around there. And then by the time he did the elbow surgery, I had to go to the therapy, and I had to take like one of those little squeeze balls, and I had to hold it against the wall and try to start getting the motion back in my arm, and I couldn't even squeeze it or get up there. And I'm like, I'm fucking never lift again, like, because it was like this little thing, and it was crazy, but steadily it build up over time, and that was kind of a little bit of a scary thing to work through that for a few months and stuff. But yeah, that's the only surgery I've ever actually had. When I was a kid, like 6 years old or whatever, climbing around in the monkey bars, which I never understood why schools, they put the monkey bars and equipment like on this place where there's cement. Like, why don't you put those in the areas with grass? Right. And as I fell off the monkey bars and I got a concussion, I landed on my head or whatever, and I stayed in the hospital for like 6 days or whatever. But didn't remember really too much about it, except like I felt like I could probably went home earlier, but I was just remember like we were running around and we do all kinds of stuff, and they kept bringing us ice cream and stuff. So I was like, it didn't even feel like I was like hurt. I was just like I was there getting ice cream and meeting other kids and stuff, so just hanging out. But yeah, luckily, knock on wood, nothing really serious or anything too much.
Just think how long you'd had to stay if it was today's age, way they do their concussion protocol now. You'd have been in there for like a month.
I don't know. Now some hospitals they kick you out after a day anyway. It's kind of like I remember back then, like if a woman was pregnant, they would be in there for like a few days and everything. Now it's like an outpatient service, it seems.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Excuse my language. Sorry. Keep going.
I don't know what you said.
You don't want me to start on a rant about that, so. About the hospital stays and insurance, just
tune in Saturday for the next ramble.
Weekend rant instead of weekend ramble.
There you go. Oh, let me see here. Cody says he's never actually had Stone before. LMAO branching out tonight. Usually sticks with his Michigan beers. Nothing wrong with going local. Yeah. Billy says nose sturdy brown hoppy ale, a hoppy brown ale. Yeah. Smutty Nose, I like their, I think it was their Broadway one I had at one of their beer fests, was really good, but now that they're still kicking, I'll probably check out some more of their stuff at some point. Bumpy says, yes, please, beer man. I'll even drink nasty light at this point. He's talking about the natty light, man.
Get natter days, brother. Get natter days. It doesn't taste like natural light.
And the beer man, I responded to Vanessa talking about that. I said, Ills. Vanessa, wow, talking about the collapsed lung. Eastwood said you got the Lions cold. Cody says, also a fan. It looks familiar, but I've never had it. To Eric.
Oh, the Dirty Frank.
The Dirty Frank, yeah. Yeah, and Vanessa said I can look nice as well.
I don't know if it has a bottle on date or anything on here. Keep going. I'll look for one.
Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to keep up on the damn comments. Jump down. There's so many of them.
There's a lot, Rod.
Yeah. Thanks, Joe. Let me see here if I'm trying to get back to them all.
I don't see a date on this bottle anywhere.
Yeah, sometimes on those bottles, it's hard to see when they get the almost kind of the same color ink on it.
I should do like I did when I first started doing docking them 10 points.
There you go. 10 points off the bat. Down. Beer Man said, wanted to try Cigar City's beer for a long time. Seen their stuff on YouTube. Down to try and find that somewhere. I don't know where. It's over here. Well, their distribution had just gotten to Kentucky really, like in the last year. So where you're out in Oregon, I don't know if they're out there yet. I mean, but it's such a beer state, you would think they would be. depending on who's distributing them. I will say with Cigar City, all the stuff I heard about the highlight, that was not up to what I was expecting it to be. I thought it was a good IPA, but not as good as what people were giving it credit for.
It's kind of a lot like a lot of the hype breweries. Now that they're distroing a lot further, that stuff is just is good, but it's just okay.
Yeah.
But the stuff that you can't get your hands on in distro is the stuff that's like, out of this world good, usually.
Yeah. And then Beerman said, "Is it legal to send money and have them send me a personal stash of like 4 different beers from their area in the USA?" I was always curious about that. No, I think it's legal to do that. I think that becomes like kind of like a bootlegging type situation.
Yeah,
that's why usually they'll do beer mails, and if it gets confiscated, it gets confiscated. You've lost it. You're not going to go back and complain about it. It's a risk you're taking. But yeah, and so now where you're at in Oregon, you may have Tavour as a distributor out there. And Tavour is one of the sites now that has like 20-something states where you can go in there and order a beer to get it delivered to you. So I would check them out. I think it's Tavor. I know Tanya does them in San Francisco, and she gets beer from all over the country. She even got Listerman through Tavour, where she's at. So
I might have to send her some M43 and Boss Sweet and see what she thinks.
I think she'll like it. I think she'll like it very much.
Send me some strawberry one first.
Sorry, Todd. I gotta try it first.
I'm just kidding, Eric. I'm just kidding.
Let's see here. Eric Gilbert says, have to start taking dementia testing in 2 years, plus up the hop test, and have a lot to look forward to. Dementia test?
Well, yeah. What do you got to take a dementia test for?
Yeah, what do you got to do that for, Gilbert?
I should be doing that now because I can't remember shit.
I can't either, Todd. Jesus.
As Shannon says, today your CRS is in high gear. Can't remember shit. Yeah, hell yeah.
Was it only when the wife needs something now?
Dude, mine isn't in high gear. Mine's a fucking, excuse my language, fucking warp speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can tell you who the rookie was in 1983.
The weird thing about me is I won't remember what we talked about, but you tell me 6 months later and I can tell you what we were doing and what beer I had and everything.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird.
That's dementia for you right there.
Cody is popping open the Sierra Nevada Brute IPA. Okay, let me know what you think about that. I actually like the Brute IPA, so I know there's been some mixed reviews out there on people with the Brute style. And then Bumpy asked if beer was in the USA, and then he told him it was in Oregon. Beerman said, I really want to review people's home brews. I think that will be fun. Yeah, doing the homebrew stuff can be fun. Actually, where you're in Oregon, if you ever watch Eclipse Brewing, that's Steven. He's actually right in Washington, and he likes to send his home brews out to have people review them and stuff too. I would definitely check out his channel as well and connect with him. He may be able to get you some stuff to try.
Who lives out in Washington, Rod?
Eclipse Brewing.
Oh, Eclipse does? Hey, Eclipse, send me some more of that Bourbon County stuff that's still sitting on the shelves at Total Wine.
You in the Bourbon County, I swear to God.
I swear to God. I swear to God.
Vanessa says there are now 23 craft breweries around her location within 20 miles. Nice. That makes it nice. You got all those breweries around you. Cody asked Beerman if he did a review on Tropic Thunder by Stone. And Beerman says that stout sounds really good. No, don't get a wood.
Come on, man. What the hell's up with it?
Let me see here. Beerman says, do you know I need to look back at my library? I mean, did I? He needs to look back. He's not sure if he did that beer review or not. That's the thing. You do so many beer reviews, sometimes you have to look back to see what you actually did.
Yeah.
Beerman says, damn, Vanessa, talking about the breweries. And yeah, we've got like, well, I mean, I know we got like 60, just over 60 around now within the radius around Cincinnati. So we got a good amount for a little condensed area. Vanessa case at LL, and then she has good head ? So
Good one. Good one.
Beerman says, I think I did do a review of Tropic Thunder IPA, but I'm not sure if I can remember. I need to lay off the pot. So you got to know your limits. Bumpy says, shipping beer is somewhat frowned upon, but is only considered a federal crime if sent through USPS. Plenty of folks do it, though. Runs into alcohol across borders with the license and possibly distributing to minors. That's what I figured, Bumpy. Still scares me. No, I'll visit the state, LL, and bring it back. TQ says, hey, RC, hate to change topic off of the Plain Flow program. You am I tuning into the Well and Piss Up tomorrow? Live bottle share with a bunch of idiots. Yeah, so tomorrow, we were talking about Joe not being here earlier for everybody watching. So he'll actually be at the Well and Piss Up. So Joe will be there, who is the Beer Patrol. Ewart will be there, TQ Murray. You also have Redbeard will be there. You have Nick, who's Maxwell Star. You'll have Off the 10th, which is Chris. You'll have Ashley Sexton. I think Paul might be going as well. So PA.
Is Dave from Vancouver? What's his channel? I think he lives in Vancouver.
That's across. Oh, you talking about Dan?
Dan. You broke up, Rod. You broke up.
You talking about Dan Booze Reviews?
Yeah.
He's in Calgary. I don't think he's going to be there.
I don't think Paul is either. I thought I saw somebody the other day say that he wasn't going to be there this year.
He wasn't going to be there now? Okay. So all these guys will be doing a thing. So, yeah, I will check it out because I know they're going to be trying to do some streams and videos and stuff. So Maxwell Star, Off the 10th, Beer Patrol, Ashley Sexton. All these guys will have cameras going. So, yeah, definitely I want to watch y'all get hammered. I want to see what happens when you guys get all crazy there. I want to see Nick do some taquitos. You know, he's a taquito fiend from what I hear. And the Beerman said, right regarding minors, talking about the beer thing. Tiki's that ship beer via Canada, post to US via USPS, easy peasy. You can do it USPS. I've done it before, but USPS costs more than UPS is what I found. So
really?
UPS is the way to go. And if you go online with UPS, there's like a code that you put in, you get a discount. You get like 25% off and stuff. At least I was. Because the Rod J deals are everywhere, son. Always getting a Rod J deal.
For UPS?
For UPS, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I usually do too.
Next time I go UPS, I might ask you for what that code is. So
I told you guys to go in and register on the UPS site, so that way, because then they text you where your packages are and stuff too.
Yeah. Oh. Actually, Eric, when you just go on there and do it online, it'll just give you a code on there.
Yeah.
I probably need to set up an account. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it was like 10% off, like just pretty much every time you ship.
Yeah. Let me see. And Beerman says, I need to chat with you because I'd like to get some Canadian beers. That'll be really nice. Some craft beers from Canada, let's say. So, Beerman talking to TQ. So, yeah. And I don't know if TQ or if you're on Beerman's channel, but if you're not, you can definitely check him out. But, yeah, if you guys click up, get some Canadian stuff going. He wants some Canadian. He's in Oregon, so he's going to have good stuff in Oregon. So, I love they stock the fridge with alcohol. That's so sick. I would be so stoked. I can live fat and very happy off. Wait a minute. What's he saying here? Gilbert says I can live fat and very happy off jerk and especially smoked over pimento. I was confused where he's putting that jerk and that off there for a second there. I was like, what is he saying here? Beerman says, when I was in North Carolina, I had a couple that went to Jamaica and they went into the wrong neighborhood and ended up getting killed. They were trying to find ganja. Yeah. You probably don't want to go roaming around Jamaica. I mean, yeah. But it was funny because the resort we were at, like across the street were a taxi cab drivers, and they all pretty much can sell like weed, it seemed. And actually, if you had to go to a doctor in Jamaica, they can actually give you a pass for weed if you have some type of ailment, any type of ailment. You just tell them how you're feeling. They don't even fully check you out. You're like, oh, I have back pain, I flu, and blah, blah, blah. And there's dispensaries there where you can go get weed in Jamaica after the doctor gives you a card. But they'll give you a card. They'll give you a card for anything, the way it seemed.
I just want to smoke some weed. Okay, here you go.
At least you're honest.
Let's see here. Bumpy said New Hampshire started getting Cigar City about 7 months ago. Give it a few, beer man, and you might see it, especially if Boston Beer Company buys them. Yeah, some people were kind of thrown up with Boston buying Dogfish Head, but I don't think it's going to change anything. I think it's
no, I don't think it will either.
I think it'll open up Dogfish Head to people that don't get it really. And Beerman said, nice. I'm sure I will bumpy about the cigars. Like I said, we just got it up here last year, so they're expanded some. You know, the one thing I would say with some of these craft breweries, they got to be careful in their expansion because they don't want to expand too far too quickly because that's where they're running into trouble and some stuff. So we'll see what happens.
An example would be Tallgrass, probably.
Yeah, Tallgrass. And they realized that they pulled back and were able to go ahead and get redesigned on what they needed to do, so to speak. Beerman said Total Rod editing a bit. Yeah, when you do the editing, that puts the time into doing a lot of that stuff. And for me, I've got like the Sony Vega that I do some of the editing on some of the videos. And when I edit and it goes to the final cut, it actually can take like an hour for it to get all edited out. Or I'm going to think I start using the iMovie off the iPhone because that one goes a lot quicker. So
yeah,
depends on what your software is and what you're doing.
I like the iMovie. I use it on my iPhone every once in a while.
Yeah. The cool thing that you can do though with the Sony is like I'll put in the logos of the breweries, or I can do the overlays a lot more than I can with the iMovie on the iPhone. So it's just a matter of what I do. So, but then again, once I hit 1,000 subscribers, my goal is at that point everything will be pretty much live. Everything will be all live videos because then it's a matter of getting watch time and all of that. So I want to get all the recorded stuff out there and upload it. So once I hit 1,000, it'll just be straight live.
So what are you going to do with your backlogs now when that happens?
Hopefully by the time I do it, I'll be able to get them all up there and done. If not, I'll just start batching them out there. But it'll be doing all live reviews and everything along those lines. And one of the things I was going to do, I did that video with Darkness Brewing, where me and the brewer sat down, if you guys have saw that video, and we had really good, cool stuff down there. And we talked about, me coming down there because they're really kind of like a nice local community brewery that's off the path a little bit. They're getting a good amount of attention and stuff, and they got some really good beers. But we talked about me coming down there maybe like once a month and just kind of doing live from their brewery. And so people can see stuff down there in the brewery. We'll talk with the beer people, and I'll get random people to get on camera and do stuff and just kind of do like a nice, have like a little base location where I'm at a brewery, kind of more like a podcast type thing from there as well. So this would be pretty cool. I just got to get time to get all the stuff put together. If I didn't have to go to work to make money to drink the beer,
work always gets in the way.
Life would be a lot easier, right? Yeah. Let's see here. Cody said, Eric said to Cody, the people lobbies were friendly. Talked to a lady for about 5 minutes. If you went during the tour thing, if you ever go back up there again to the day thing, let me know, and I'll let my buddy Kyle up there know, and he'll get you all set and give you a nice little rundown on stuff too with the Lagunitas Brewery.
I'm sure I'll be back at some point. It's not if, it's when.
Yeah, I'm due to probably, because usually I'll go to Chicago when she goes for work, and she usually goes like once a year. So later this year, I may go to Chicago up there, and then I want to go to Revolution.
Yeah,
when I'm in town.
Too. Yeah.
And then I might go to Goose Island as well, and then a couple of the other spot breweries around there. And then she's supposed to go probably back to DC or Baltimore, so I may do that as well because I do want to get to that Guinness brewery at some point. Let me see here. And Cody said the Sierra Nevada Brew is very good, guys. I still like Midland Brewing Company's better though, more carbonated. Yeah, I think the Sierra Nevada Brewed IPA is actually a decent tasting one for sure. Eric says she knew where Kalamazoo was. LOL. Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Her bells are bad.
Well, years back, we went to a game at Michigan for Ann Arbor, and they were playing Rice. It wasn't really a game. It was kind of like, hey, we're going to Michigan and just check out the stadium, kind of mark it off our bucket list type thing. And then we went to party afterwards. Well, then we went over to Ypsilanti, which I never heard of Ypsilanti.
Oh, boy.
And Ypsilanti, little be known, Ypsilanti had a party scene going on there. So we were at Ypsilanti partying and stuff like that. So
I never partied at Michigan, but man, I got stories to tell you guys when I partied at Michigan State. Oh
yeah.
I didn't even go to the school. I was just like there because I got invited up.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't party at the Michigan thing. My buddy that we went with, he was actually from Bowling Green. So the first night we stopped at Bowling Green at his alma mater, and then we kind of drank a little bit there and stuff. And the next day we went over to the Michigan game, and then we stayed over there afterwards. But we drove over to Ypsilanti to party a little bit, which is always funny because when we went there, I was actually the designated driver when we did it, so I didn't get to drink like the other guys. And having 3 drunk guys when you're a designated driver and trying to keep everything organized, not always fun. Nowadays, I would just say, go for it. Everybody drink and get an Uber because you don't want to be the designated driver dealing with everybody. Let the Uber driver do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, speaking of Uber, and I don't want to get to the PSA here this quick, but when I'm out of town and I'm on travel, and if I want to go to a brewery, I just punch up Lyft or Uber and say, take me to this place.
Yeah.
I mean, the $20 you spend now is better than the thousands you're going to spend in a freaking jail cell.
Yeah. When I went to Chicago, I did Uber back and forth from Lagunitas when I was there.
Yeah.
So just make sure you get in the right car. You don't want to be.
Yes, make sure you get in the right car. Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy stuff that happens, but it's kind of like, don't you like check the car and the license plate? No, I mean, I would just think to do that automatically, but I guess
I do.
But if you're hammered, maybe you weren't. Maybe the people don't think. I mean, it was a sad story what happened to that one lady, but it's kind of like people are crazy out there. You got to make sure you're protecting. You know what you're doing too.
Yeah.
Don't get too hammered and inebriated. You can't do that. Eric Gilbert poured a Lost Craft Eclipse Milkshake IPA. Vanessa says she was hit by cars twice in her life, once in Tucson in '93, and then again at Fort Worth in 2001. She was crossing a street. Jeez.
Oh my God.
People don't always pay attention now. Well, I don't know if you saw now, speaking of like people driving, they're finding more and more people are not stopping at these bus crossings, like when kids are getting on buses.
Yeah, that's like a big fine and possible jail time if you bus.
But some of these kids that be getting hit because of it, it's kind of like, are they not paying attention? Are they trying to text? Or they're not fully awake? What's going on? They're not stopping when these buses are picking up and dropping off these kids.
That should be automatic jail time, at least 90 days. Boom.
Yeah. And then Beerman said out. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that happened to my father-in-law. He's retired, but he drives a bus part time. And a couple, I don't know, it's probably been 3 or 4 years ago now. He was at a railroad, so he has to stop and pull out and open up the stop sign or whatever, and got rear-ended by a lady coming down the highway, and it ended up killing her.
Oh, and
she had like 3 kids in the car, and luckily nothing happened to those kids, but it tore him up for a couple of years.
Was she drinking or anything, or was it
no
down the road?
Yeah, it was like in the before lunchtime, afternoon type thing.
Because you're thinking if he stopped, she had to be hauling ass to.
Yeah. So either she was texting, not paying attention, or I don't know what the deal was with her, but I'd say it pretty much just killed her on impact. Yeah.
So
just it's crazy out there for real. Nobody's texting, whatever, just not paying attention.
Wow.
We just had like a tragic accident on the highway here last night. We kind of had like a sinkhole kind of happened on one of our major highways here on 264, 265. So it was like the size, I don't know, it was about half the size of the lane. And so there was traffic was stopping, and a guy and a girl in the car got basically sandwiched in between 2 semis. Like the semi stopped, she stopped, and the semi behind her didn't stop.
Oh, man.
And just ran up on, and they showed pictures on the news today, and it looked, their car looked like it was like an accordion. And it obviously killed them both. I mean, it was just wrong place at the wrong time. But I mean,
God.
it's, stuff like that. It's just terrible just to see those kinds of tragedies happen when could have been avoided.
Yeah, I was hate like those semis being behind me too.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Mm.
Yeah, I always kind of get a little hesitant just pulling in and out of our subdivision because we're kind of on like a state road, state highway kind of thing. And it's just a 2-lane. There's enough room to go around just so when we stop to turn into our subdivision, we have to make a left across traffic. So when you stop, you got to wait for it to clear. I'm always constantly just looking in my rearview mirror just because people will come up on you like fast and all of a sudden they just kind of zip around you. And it's like, I'm just waiting one of these days where I just clinch, just waiting just to get rear-ended one time.
Yeah, I got rear-ended once when I first moved to this area. It was like first car I got out of college too. It was like I was stopped to turn left somewhere. And guy not paying attention came down and actually hit his brakes, luckily, but still had enough impact, rear-ended me and pushed me across to the other lane. But the other people luckily were paying attention. They hit their brakes, so the head-on wasn't as bad, when they kind of hit. But it was like because one dude wasn't paying attention.
It just takes a split second, it doesn't matter.
It does.
And once you're rear-ended, you're just kind of used to always looking over your shoulder and looking out the rear view and stuff. Like it still comes back to bother you at times.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, they say like people texting and driving is a slower reaction rate than somebody that's actually drunk and driving.
Yeah.
Which is a scary thing.
Yeah, they're saying more texting and driving are causing the wrecks now than people that were drinking and driving.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Yeah, she said, Beerman said, ouch to the head. Whammo, dang, Vanessa. Cody said 2040s with alcohol-related illness, just had one pass in his early 30s. Told him since working at the hospital for 2 years, he needed to quit drinking. Never did, though. Makes you very careful. Wow, that's so young to go. Vanessa says her right forearm and elbow are now titanium.
Wow.
Damn.
That's insane.
Yeah. But technically, I guess we can call Vanessa Kitty the bionic woman.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're not supposed to ask a woman their age, but how old is Vanessa Kitty, if she don't mind saying?
She says down farther, Todd. She says down.
Oh, she does. Okay. Yeah. I can't see the comments, so.
I would say no. Well, on my screen, I put them up where comments.
It's not scrolling, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's why it's not scrolling? Maybe because
I can see it, but it's all white, so it kind of blends in with your background there.
Set it the other way. Yeah, I had it set to the transparent type thing. So
is Vanessa Kitty was she the one that was on your stream on the gaming that night when Eric and I was on there chatting?
Yeah, I think so. I think Vanessa was on there for that one too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I wonder why it's not streaming. Interesting.
Like I can barely see it, and I still see like Drunken One on there, and I know he hadn't been on there for a while.
Yeah.
Hasn't commented.
I'll switch back to the other screen then since it's not doing it. Let me see. And then Vanessa said broken bones, too many to count. Cody says, but makes you live life to the fullest because you know how easily it can be taken away. It says, Vanessa, sounds like you had a rough time. Damn, glad you're doing well now. And Beerman said, for sure, Cody. Bumpy says, broken wrist, falling off the monkey bars was my most gruesome. Having my adenoids pulled out through my nostrils by a doctor wasn't much fun, but that was surgery related.
That doesn't sound like much fun.
That doesn't sound fun at all, no.
Mm-mm.
Eric, the worst thing that happened to me physically was when I was knocked out by a running back and forced to stay up for 24 hours. So that was like concussion protocol there. Yeah. And Cody says, Eric, when I asked if I want another Coke, and I say no thanks, I'm driving. LAMAO. Oh, Beerman said, red Kool-Aid stash fell out, so he's left with the Kool-Aid from Jared's earlier.
Kool-Aid stash.
Vanessa says she retired USAF in '96 on a permanent disabled retired list. Now teaches math nowadays. We were talking about her math background on the other video that we were doing. Beerman says, just my wisdom teeth, fellas. LOL. I've had the wisdom teeth, and wisdom teeth, they give you some good drugs for that. So that's kind of like, it's bad to get the teeth, feels like it, but then when you get the afterwards, you're like, oh, I'm all right. I'm good to go. So it was funny. I had one of the teeth out before, whatever, and they were like, well, you should go home. And I was all like kind of, hopped up or whatever, still in the drugs. And my wife had drove, and she's like, supposed to go home and like eat whatever. And I'm like, stop at McDonald's. And she's driving. She's like, no, you're supposed to go. Stop at McDonald's. I was like, screw that. By the time I got home, I already had a quarter pounder. I was like, I don't care what they say. Beerman says, I'm extremely scared of going to the hospital, so I do everything I can to not go, even if I'm suffering. Well, see, that's the thing, though. But then we put ourselves in trouble when we do that because we're like, don't want to go to the hospital. My wife is like, well, you got health insurance. You might as well use it. There's people that don't have it that would love to be able to use it. I'm like, damn it, don't you use that logic on me.
You can't do that. What are you doing?
Yeah. Bumpy says, most recent was tearing my tricep while doing skull crushers and almost dropping a weight on my face. Oh, yeah, you went with that. Good old skull crusher. I haven't lifted weights in a while. I need to get back into the gym. Cody says, Beerman, I'm nervous for my wisdom teeth, but it's got to be done. No, you'll be all right, Cody. Trust me, you'll be
fine. You'll be fine.
And Beerman says, did fall off a ladder about a year and a half ago and had to go because it was work related. It actually kind of hurt. I felt about 8 feet down on my back. It was terrible. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Sounds painful.
Yeah. And then Beerman said, yeah, with the skull crushers. Let me see here. I'm trying to scan. Still trying to catch up on these things.
Joe, where are you at, brother? Where are you at?
More down there. I didn't even realize. Let me see, where did I go? Actually, it might not be that far now I think about it. I'm not looking at it here. Vanessa said, don't list all the surgeries on the med history forms anymore. I tell them to go read my records. Just go read the record. I've got time for all that.
Yeah, nobody's got time for that.
Yeah. Cody says, might need a pizza in a bit here. Weightlifting might suffer tomorrow. Start carb loading early.
That's what I was going to say.
Beerman says, every time I go to the hospital, they say I have high blood pressure. I tell them I have white coat syndrome. I'm nervous and I don't believe it ever. Yeah, that's why I never really had the high blood pressure. It's like I go in there and they're like, oh, you're like 118 over 70. I was like, yeah, that's what I usually am. And they're like, well, that's pretty good. Like, yeah, it was amazing when you're at a point you care about stuff and not anymore. You're like, you can do what you can do, so why worry about it,
Yeah. Luckily, that's about what mine usually runs.
Yeah.
About the same as yours there. I used to get the white coat syndrome when I was younger, and my blood pressure would be high every time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. So we used to have a blood pressure cup at work, so I'd always check it, and it was always fine. When I go to the doctor, it'd be high.
Yeah.
Now the last several years, like, oh, fuck it, I don't care. Just take it. and it's good. Yeah, and it's good.
Like
yeah.
But you're like, fuck it. It doesn't even matter anymore.
And they're like, wait a minute, now your blood pressure's too low. What the hell's going on?
Let's see here. Beerman said, I think that I saw Cigar City one time, but he wasn't sure. Gilbert says the damn other half sniper is in Hoserland. Yeah, so he'll be there. He'll be there tomorrow. He's working tonight, but he will be there tomorrow.
The other half sniper.
Yeah. Beer Man says, I think a lot of the reasons why I like Cigar City and all these other breweries that I see on YouTube is because they're on YouTube. I just want to see them so badly, regardless if it's shitty. Yeah, I think when you see other people doing stuff, you may not know about it fully, but you kind of get that like feeling like, I want to try that one. That sounds interesting. So
Yeah.
But well, Gilbert, you're up there. I thought you were like in Ontario as well. I'm surprised you're not trying to get together with Joe and them and meet them. Beerman said, "Oh, maybe I have to travel to the state and get the beer then." I don't know. I think I don't know if that was a message of retraction for Cody or what. Beerman says, "Damn, a cream ale sounds nice, especially a home brewed one. I like brewed IPAs, so I've had a couple bad ones though, but I do like them." Gilbert says, "I have two grandmothers with dementia, so doctors in Canada started forcing people with my family history to take testing at 40. Ah, okay. So it's the family history is why Gilbert has to start getting tested.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's good to be safe in that regard. So yeah. And then Vanessa said they thought I had dementia in 2013. Turned out the cholesterol med I was on caused it. Oh, Gilbert said he was going to the piss up, but he had to work, so that's why he's not going to be there. Gotcha. I was going to say, yeah, I knew you were right there. Vanessa says she uses a UPS well. And Gilbert said 38 to Eric as for his age. And then Eric said he was 42. Beerman said Drinking Rose 6-hop IPA. Absolutely love this beer. It's really so delicious. I'm trying to think if I had the 8-hop, I think, before. I don't know if I had the 6-hop. Eric Gilbert said 40 is when the hoop testing starts around here. LOL. Vanessa said 57. And Beerman says, I use the app Splice, works well for me. He said he's 45 in July. So we let's see, a lot of Gen Xers in the hizzle.
I was going to say a lot of millennials out there.
Yeah. Beerman says, but the fucking beer does not show that I probably look like I'm 55. Well, you look older when you had the beer. I think your beer was white at one point. It would look older, or I remember like when I first started watching the channel. But now it's all good. I actually just shaved my beard now. Some it was like getting that whole too much of that Santa puffiness on it. So I trimmed it back down earlier today.
Yeah, when he's doing some real live videos down there, I was like, dang, we got Papa Smurf full blown going there.
Papa Smurf.
Yeah, Bear said, right. I wish we did not ever have to go to work, right? So yeah. Bumpy said cheers a little bit ago, said he's gonna try to sleep. Well, thanks for hanging in, Bumpy. Everybody, Vanessa said bye and as well. So
cheers all.
Always fun. Tomorrow, get that beer, son. It's Memorial Day weekend. You can't be running short.
Even if it's a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah. Let's see. Beerman said, definitely be responsible, get an Uber or get a taxi. Look at Beerman signing on to the PSA there.
Boom!
Yeah, Beerman said, you said it totally correctly. You said it totally correctly, man. 10,000 later after your DI is not worth it. That's true. And we try to tell some people, and some people didn't listen before. So, yeah.
Like one beer tuber, which I will not mention his name.
Yeah. As well as possibly killing someone innocently on the road to yourself if you're not careful. You have to stop at school bus time. If you don't, that's messed up. A lot of dumbasses will go likely super fast through the school zone, and that pisses me off. I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is their problem?
Excuse me.
It's crazy. Just think.
And Vanessa says, don't drink. If you drank or drugged, walk home for a change. There you go. If you're walking distance.
Sons?
Beerman saying definitely do not drive. They're running the PSA.
I was going to say, Eric ain't even got to do his PSA.
Yeah.
Doing it for him.
Yeah. Beerman says there's some true idiots on the road. Let me tell you, do not pay attention. I've almost been hit. I don't know how many times riding my bike on the road in my area. Yeah, it gets dangerous for some of the bike riders for sure. Beerman says blame it on the cellular phone makers. LOL. Can't expect us humans to be that responsible. LOL. Just kidding. Yeah. Vanessa retired Air Force in '96. Just completed her master's in math in 2017. Congratulations on that as well.
Nice. Yeah,
Nice.
congratulations.
Nice.
Eric said I wanted a bike, Beerman, but there are too many idiots in the world, right? Eric says, Vanessa, I graduated high school in 96. Oh, wow. She says, oh, you are young. Cody said, been lifting weight again, missed it. I feel like my old self again. Yeah, I do get it's kind of a sense when you lift weights, for me at least, when I get in the zone, and I do feel like a sense of peace, just like when people do yoga or some of these other things. For me, weightlifting has that effect as well. Foamy Head's in the house. Hey, Foamy, what's going on? It says he's having a Hop Solution L from Bell's Brewery. Cheers. And that's one I do need to try. I've never picked up the Hop Solution as much as I've seen it around. And Eric asked how he liked it as well. High blood pressure can destroy your organs over time. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cody says, my homebrew cream ale isn't bad. I think I may go with brand new bottles from now on, though, guys. I used to work in a dementia care unit. Rough thing, man. Rough thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Shannon does. She works in the dementia unit.
Eric puts a little thing out there. If you haven't subbed to Rod or myself, hit those three dots to the right or our comments to check out our channel. Much appreciated. And actually, always people in here in the chat. If you haven't checked out their channels, hit the three dots as well. Instead of to Vanessa, so many people don't realize it too. Beerman says, I dyed my beard. I regret it. LOL. Oh, and then Cody says, still so much to learn with homebrewing. It's it's homebrew is fun. If you like, I say like homebrew, if you like to cook, which I like to cook, that's why I really enjoyed homebrewing as well. But you'll get to experiment in so many different ways that you're doing stuff. Don't feel like you have to follow everything to the T on certain recipes, because you want to put your own little twist on stuff as well. So a lot of times, the beers I used to make were stuff I kind of carved out of other things that I thought might be a fit and give it a try. So have fun with it for sure. Beerman Papa Smurf. So you like Garrett's comment there. Vanessa Kitty said, yes, Cody, you may have problems from it, but don't know why. I had mini strokes back in mini strokes back in 2007. That stuff was nuts. I can see words in head as I'm speaking, but nothing came out. Wow.
Mm.
Yeah, that would drive me a little bit crazy. Cody says that Beerman time with the Beerman stuck in my head for a week. Well, yeah. It's funny because Beerman's got like a nice jingle that he put together for his channel as well. And I remember when I had done one back like 2 years ago, I think I had one that I had done as well, and people would say how that song would stick in their head. But Beerman's is pretty catchy. When you're sitting there watching the Beerman stuff, it's pretty catchy on the jingle he has as well. Cigar City is getting released this summer in Ontario, Gilbert says, but Lone Star beat it. LOL. And Arizona Timeless Tourist in the house. Hello. Welcome. Good to see you in again, and appreciate the comments on the other videos earlier. That's another good channel you can check out in Arizona. Arizona Timeless Tourist does different things around Arizona, including going to some of the beer type events as well. So make sure you check out Arizona's channel. Eric says, Cody, take some of your glass bottles and get a capper. Well worth the investment for a home brewer. My buddy has one. Yeah, I got a capper for my stuff as well. And definitely always do glass versus like the plastic. You will get a difference for sure. So I want to try someone's homebrew 120 by Dog. You talking about somebody that made a clone of the 120?
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that may have done a clone of the 120. I mean, I'm sure somebody probably has tried for sure. So
I'm sure they have. It's just a matter of I kind of want to try
it. Gilbert said, had a few vintage 750s for the piss up. I'm going to have to drink them myself. I have no problem with that. LAMAO, sons. And then Beerman and Vanessa both said hello to Arizona. And eventually they caught up on the comments. Wow.
Woo!
Crazy.
Did you have any beer news you wanted to talk about since you read the comments?
Well, we never did get around to the beer news. There were some beer news stuff that was out there. Let me see here. Vanessa says that she worked for Pima County for a time in Tucson as well. So when she was out there in Tucson. Well, there was a thing that came out now where this came out earlier tonight, where the beer industry is blaming Trump's tariffs for 40,000 job losses that have taken place because they're being affected by the tariffs between us and China. So that's kind of interesting. Beer to Go sales passed crucial Texas Senate vote. So where Drunken One is down there in Texas, they can soon, if this gets all signed into law, be able to actually buy beers, I guess, at their breweries to take with them or whatever. So apparently now you have to only can drink it there, which is kind of different. I mean, I'm just so used to here where you can buy at the brewery, but yeah, in some states you just can't do that. Sierra Nevada is still waiting for half the proceeds from the campfire beer they did. They had that charity beer with the resilience. I guess some people are like dragging their feet on getting the money over, which sucks. I mean, it was a support they were doing for those firefighters that were fighting everything out there in California. There was an interesting one that I shared like on Twitter. After 220 years, Belgian monks will brew beer following the old recipe they had actually found. So that one looked pretty interesting because I like to see what they're going to be doing with that Belgian beer because, you know, I like my Belgians. Let's see what else we have here. There's a lot of beer. There's a lot of breweries that have been doing some rebranding. I don't know if you guys have seen it where you guys are at as well. I know Mad Tree did it here and a couple other ones. But they're like breweries. Genesee did it on their stuff, trying to rebrand and keep some other things, revitalize their line, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Like coming out with new labels, or what do you mean by?
Yeah, like new label designs and everything like that.
Oh, okay.
Like trying to stand out more, maybe because of the competition. They're getting me feel like it's going to give them a better look, or people might be missing them or something. So,
it's probably the idea of somebody just eye catching because you see something different,
right?
And you're like, "Oh, what's this? Oh, I've had that before. Never mind." But at least gets their attention. You know, might draw them into like, "Hey, let me try this. Let me see what this one's all about." Before, you know, different label. Maybe it's a different beer. I don't know.
And then Vanessa said they passed a law here, so we may bring our own. We may bring our growlers in at some bars and breweries now in Connecticut. So you can bring your growlers in to have them filled up there, or you can bring growlers of beer in there. Cody says, "Have you had Brewery Vivint? Either for you, Eric, or me, and well, Todd as well, I guess."
Oh, Brewery Vivant. Yeah, I've had a couple of their offerings.
I don't think I've had any of theirs. I've seen the name before, but I don't know if I don't think I've had any of theirs. Beerman says, "I love Belgian beer too." Yeah, I mean, I had one of the people asking my favorite beer, and favorite beer, like someone that drinks a lot of beers, it's always like a tough thing. I mean, it's kind of like when you're at like a function or a networking thing or a party type thing, and someone says, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" And you're like, "How do I break this down for this person to understand what I, do for a living?" type thing. I mean, it's kind of like depending on that moment, you don't know what your favorite beer may be because you're ever changing landscape. So I just like say like my favorite styles is what I usually go by. So like Belgium's my favorite with stouts, and then IPAs are usually the three I favor the most. But I don't have a favorite beer at this moment now.
It's kind of like asking somebody which one's your favorite kid.
Yeah, but you know what? I bet some parents do have a favorite kid.
Oh, I'm sure all parents probably do, but
some probably do.
Getting them to actually say it's another thing.
Yeah. Says Vanessa, you can bring your empty growlers to have filled. Okay, yeah. So that's how it's been here for a while. Like you have growlers, you bring them there and they'll fill them up, and then we can actually bring any growler to any of the breweries. They don't care, and they'll fill them up for you. Some places they have to do the growler of that brewery to actually do it.
Yeah, same here. We can pretty much take whatever you want, any kind of container.
Which I kind of don't understand. If you have to have the growlers or the brewery's growler, and you take somebody else's in, and you're like, "Hey, I want to try that." Why won't they fill it? I mean, you're still paying that the amount of money they took to pour it. What?
It's just getting the extra dollar on selling the extra the growler to you. I would say
theirs, yeah.
Right, yeah, just extra money.
That's
because I'm not aware of it being a law where it has to be that brewery's growler, but yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a law saying for a brewery to sell beer in a growler, it has to be a product of the brewery itself. But
I used to buy them in like the growlers.
Yeah.
Or what's a 32-ounce one? The howlers or whatever they're called.
Crowler,
yeah.
Yeah. I used to buy them in that, and then I'm like, why am I buying it there when I'm just 15 or 20 minutes away and I can get it anytime I want? Right. Sit at the bar and maybe have one or two drinks and call it good and head home. If I want to. I don't, but if I want to, I could go there and do that. Or with a couple of friends or a party, go down there, have a couple drinks and call it good.
Yeah. Yeah, the only time I buy now, I used to buy growlers. I haven't used my growlers I haven't either. Now they sit in the kitchen pantry. But I will buy a growler once in a while at places if it's a beer that's not usually here, right? So, sometimes we'll get like a special maybe batch from Prairie Artisanal, or like we have Braxton Labs. It's only something you can get at Braxton Labs. They don't can it or anything like that. You want to take it home, maybe do a review on it. Then I'll get like a crowler or something along those lines. But if it's like something like a crowler of something Sierra Nevada, why would I want to get that when I can just get this 6-pack? It's got to be something unique for me to actually want to get a crowler of it. Yeah. But like where J.O.'s at, you get good prices on some of the crowlers. Like you'll get like a crowler or something, it'll be like $6. It's better than the bar price on stuff, $6-7. And a real nice beer that they have on tap there. So
at Braxton Labs, Rod, can you get anything that they have offering that day as a crowler fill?
Yeah, anything they have on tap, you can get as a crowler fill.
Okay, nice. Because I know sometimes, you're kind of limited on, like, if it's a certain, like, specialty thing, which I know Braxton Labs is all kind of specialty, just trial thing, but a lot of places won't,
Yeah, they'll just
do crowler pours or whatever.
If it's like some type of specialty or high thing, they'll just jack the price up on it. But I haven't seen anything where you couldn't get a crowler or something already there. Now you can't get any of the Braxton Brewery beers there, only the Braxton Labs, which is interesting. So, and then
that is interesting.
And at Braxton Brewing, you're not getting into Braxton Labs there either as well. So they do try to phrase it or picture it as two different operations. Yeah.
But they don't actually can anything in distribution for like Braxton Labs, do they?
Well, they do what they're canning in the warehouse, and they'll do Braxton Labs and Braxton Brewing. Because they do have Braxton Lab can. They do have Braxton Lab can, like the ones I sent to you guys at Cranberry Goza.
Oh, okay.
Braxton Lab, Braxton Labs that does that one.
So they'll sell those like at Jungle Gyms or places outside. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they'll sell those at wherever Braxton's at and everything.
Okay, that's what I was asking. I probably went a roundabout way of asking the question, but that's what I was trying to get for.
But you don't get, because they're small batch processing, they're not everywhere like Braxton Brewing is. So they're more limited when you see them in certain spots. So you usually have to go to Braxton Labs where we try a lot of their pretty cool stuff they come out with. Let me see here. Vanessa says she likes stouts and aged stouts and porters. Cody said he just had the Big Red Cow by Brewery Vivant, and it was good, guys. Beerman says he loves IPAs, but Belgians for some reason are good. And yeah, because Belgians are the best. No, they can't say they're bad. I mean, they're my favorite style, but but they are. The monks know what they're doing. I mean, if you're gonna give up sex, you better have a good reason for it. And it's the beer. So let's just be honest,
Just cut to the chase.
If you're giving up sex, it better be for a damn good reason. Vanessa says you can buy their growlers at some of them. I have my own growlers to be filled. Do you want to sell me the beer or should I buy other wares? Yeah. So, that's what you can tell them. Like, do you want to sell me your beer or not? I can go other places if you don't want to sell me the beer. Beerman says he knows Nikazi has also changed their branding. Heard that's a good thing every 6 years or something like that to change your branding. I can see how that's effective though. And Cody says to Eric, I want to take an Oracle Growler to Loggers Brewing to be filled, but I don't know if they will. Is there an issue with them usually filling there at Loggers Brewing?
They might say no, we're not gonna
really
fill it. Yeah.
That's petty. Arizona says, nice to see a beer channel where people are still coherent after a few beers. The point of a live chat is keeping the conversation interesting, not people half asleep. Really enjoying the channel. Thanks, Arizona. Yeah, we don't really, well, only one person's ever been on the channels that have fallen asleep, and he hasn't really now. So. But yeah, we don't get too bad. I mean, there's been times in the past where people have definitely gotten hammered, but I don't think we've ever really had anything crazy on this channel before, but
when we had the all liquor one, I was pretty hammered.
That we got pretty on that one, yeah. We were still pretty clear to carry the conversation for sure, yeah.
Yeah, but it still wasn't as bad as what did you get a lot of times on other channels.
Well, some of the other times, there's nobody like in a chair yelling or anything like that, and out of control, you know. So we try to keep it dignified, you know. Now this is because we're doing also the Beer Flow show, so it's a little bit more of a way that I have a setup for this. But on a hangout, anything could possibly happen, so I can't guarantee that's always safe. I mean. Sometimes if you have red beard on here, we'll do pterodactyl sounds and stuff. So, yeah.
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
Or get you booted for watching curling.
Yeah, it puts curling on your channel and then IOC down. So Cody says, only use my growler once, but we'll use it more if I can use it at all breweries. Yeah, I mean, here we don't have any problem at all, but it's kind of weird that it's up there. I mean, what if you go in with like some of my breweries are just clear brew. There's no label on it. It's just a glass growler. I wonder if they would still serve it or not. If there's no logo on it, so why wouldn't they? But yeah.
I don't understand why it would be a big deal either way. I mean, you're like Eric said, you're still buying their beer. So what difference does the vessel make that you're taking it home in, you know?
They're like, we don't want you to market another brewery in our brewery, but your beer is in the growler anyway, so who cares?
Yeah. Other than the just trying to make extra dollar on selling you their growler, you know.
And if anything, the other brewery should be pissed off because you're going to them with their growler to get their beer.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Makes no sense whatsoever. Oh, let me see here. Beerman said in a good way, that's the way to go though, because it really brings attention to the eye. When you see it, you're thinking it's a new beer and really just an old beer. So I can see effectiveness is what he was saying on the label. I totally agree with Arizona's last comment. Beerman says we are beer connoisseurs here, not drunks. LOL, right? Yeah, we definitely don't want to go to work with a hangover tomorrow. That's for sure. Vanessa says, I want to see how many of these 23 breweries around me fill my growlers and buy theirs as well this summer. There you go. Yeah, do a little study and see. Let us know how that works out. There's some breweries that turn you away because they don't want to fill your growler.
That's kind of cool concept. I'd like to hear what the result is on that.
And if they say that, Vanessa, tell them I'm buying your beer, but you're putting it in a different growler. So what's the difference?
Yeah. And the Beerman says, sometimes I get a buzz, though, and it feels good. You know what I mean? LOL. I don't know what you mean for sure, but I mean, yeah, buzz is okay. So
buzz is okay, yes.
Eric says, I may or may not be buzzed, but I'm home and I'm not driving, but I'm done for the night. And the Beerman says, right on, Eric. And Drunken One says, hell yeah, y'all still here? Yeah, we're still here, Drunken One. Drunken One probably went out and cheated on another channel on us right now.
Oh, so. he's a
cheater!
Two-timing hussy.
He went to another channel. Drunken One's the YouTube slut, so yeah. Oh, he says, this place is hopping. He said, lots of laugh, Drewski. Yeah, Drewski when it gets a little crazy for sure. And then Kitty says hi to Drunken One. He says hi to Kitty. And And Cody says, "I hope I can be on here again sometime." Yeah. Well, usually on this we just have us that are on here, but usually I'll do some more hangouts and everything, and then that's where I usually get other people involved on the channel and stuff because those are more like kind of wild card type things that I do on the channel. Vanessa said, yes, they should be thrilled. They sold the beer with the competitor's growler for a fill, right? Yeah, they should be happy. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she says she has the hydro flask growlers too. Oh, you fancy.
You fancy now.
And Cody says Nutter Butter Stout now, guys. And that sounds pretty good. Be interesting to see how that goes. And then Beerman says, YouTube slut, LOL. And then Eric says, loves him some Nutter Butter. Vanessa says, I'm usually in gun channel chats, but Rod's show came on first. Well, thanks for being here, Vanessa. So, Eric says, best peanut butter stout out there. And great beer. Talking about that Nutter Butter.
Who makes that?
Who does is it Grand Armory, Cody? I mean, I can't remember who does it. I think it might be Grand Armory.
I mean, Nutter Butter cookies are awesome. I can't imagine it being in a beer. If it even be half as good as a regular cookie, that'd be awesome.
God, who does make that? Oh, I'm drawing a blank. I think it's Grand Armory, but I could be wrong.
Is it good enough that if they did a coconut variant, you would try it, Eric?
Perhaps.
Have you had it? Have you had it, Eric? The Nutter Butter?
Yeah. It's the best peanut butter stout I've ever had. So
Is
that's
that
pretty high regard.
Is that a Michigan beer?
Yeah, it is.
Vanessa says she has 2 1-gallon hydro flasks. They only made them 1 year. Collector's items now. Oh, they're trying to get me to go to Taste of Cincinnati. God, everything you pull up on the internet now has like ads that pop up. You got to click here to remove the ad. So they got 111 beers for the Taste of Cincinnati this weekend. Oh, man. So they just posted them online what they are, too. They got a Braxton Labs, New England IPA, the Coffee Stout, Igniter Peach German Maybach, Braxton Labs Strawberry Goza, Braxton Labs Cherry Turnover Berliner Weiss, Peach Cobbler Berliner Weiss, Buzz Honey Peach Coast, Pineapple Hue Hefeweizen and Pineapple, Guava Tangent Sour Ale, Juicy Truth IPA from Rhine Guys here, Ruby Paradox Fruita Sour Ale, Hazy Hut Hazy IPA, Numina Tropical Stout. God, Goza Sour Ale with strawberry and vanilla. Mandolin Bearded Guards.
Did you guys see my El Ghost by Avery Brewing? Did you guys see that?
I've never done it yet.
Dude, that's a real good sour ale. It's not real sour. I mean, you can taste the sourness, but it's not like overpowering. And you're like, man, this is actually a really good beer.
Yeah, last year that was like one of the beers they said was one of the best summer beers to drink.
Oh, dude, that was really good. Really good.
Oh, see, now I need to mess up their list because now they put on Bud Light Lime, Bud Light Limeade. I get that shit out of here, man. That's not even that's not the malt beverages. They ain't even beers. Come on, Cincinnati.com. Know your shit. Corona Extra, Corona Premier. Is there a difference? They have Elysian Space Dust will be there. Elysian Salute the Sun Pale. Mm-hmm. They got some interesting beers. They got Great Lakes will be there with their beers.
I like Great Lakes.
Elliott Ness, the Dortmunder, and the Holy Moses Raspberry White Ale. Kentucky Vanilla Barrel Cream. Kentucky Tequila Lime Wheat.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
Was that L Tech?
Yeah.
Or All Tech or whatever? Yeah.
All Tech. Yeah. They are hit and miss. They got 111 beers though. They got some other one. They got some Taft's beer there. West 6 is going to be in the house. That Penny Round Pale Ale is actually pretty good. They got. Yingling. Refreshing hard drinks, frozen daiquiri, frozen margarita. Yeah. Then they got wine and stuff. Yeah, Taste Cincinnati. They get all the food from all Cincinnati and the vendors and the drinks, and people eat and drink for like 3 days. Friday, well, actually 4, because I think it starts Friday night, and then Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. They got bands and stuff playing, but like I said, 500-something thousand people last year.
So is it all? Do you buy like a ticket and it includes anything, or do you just pay as you go?
Just pay as you go. Bring cash. And just walk through different stuff. Parking is a pain in the ass down there for it. Except like when we have our office downtown, we can park in the employee garage using the badges and everything. That makes it a little easier. Let me see here. Do some more comments. Probably wrap up here in a little bit. And Beerman says, I'm scared of guns, but I guess I really needed one. I'll be very glad that I had it. Vanessa retired USAF. I think guns go along well. Cody says, let me know. I really appreciate it coming on here. I had Dunkelweizen from Bavarian. That was awesome. So I upload the review. I was buzzed. Definitely upload it. Upload the review. If you're buzzed, you got good entertainment value, I'm sure. I really want to see you. Well, I want to see you upload one of that, and I want to see you upload one of your cousin getting hammered, because I think
that's one I want to watch.
Yeah. Vanessa says, my icon next to my name is my Kunin 357 mag. And Cody said there was Grand Armory on that beer. Eric said, the beer may go to gun range and get familiar with their firearms. Seriously, there are people that will train and assist you, which they are. Arizona said, headed to California next month. My first step is Carl Strauss Brewing Company for some red trolley ale. Nice. And Vanessa says, I will try to help train whomever I bring to the range. Beerman says, I'm not really into American lagers, but Roller Rock has been kind of good lately. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's been hot here lately, which in a heat type thing, kind of like me in the Red Stripe in Jamaica, in a hot environment, Roller Rock, it's a lager that you could actually drink for that. Although I haven't had Roller Rock since I was like in college. It's the last time I had that stuff.
Yeah, it's been a while for me too.
Eric may have had it the closest time of any of us, because that's in his wheelhouse.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all right.
It's not a bad beer, though. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You can enjoy it. Yeah, you want something light, crisp, refreshing, and Roller Rock can do that for sure. And Beerman says, sounds fun, Arizona, talking about the California. And Arizona said that Vanessa spent 11 years in the U.S. Air Force. Vanessa says, my younger brother is going to get his carry permit this summer. He wants to train with me before class. It was an honor to be asked to help. Well, that's nice. And Cody says, Great Lakes is pretty good, definitely. And Beerman says, was in the Navy in 92. So congrats. And Vanessa says, oh, thank you for your service, Arizona. I served 16 before ending on the the permanent disability retirement. And Beerman said on CV-60 Saratoga aircraft carrier, was an airman. And that says our sister is retired U.S. Air Force, and my other U.S. retired USN. And Toronto Great Lakes is better than Cleveland's Great Lakes Suns. Oh, Gilbert shots fired. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I never had the Toronto side. I can't compare. Eric says Vanessa has almost 400 subs, but no videos. LOL. Well, Vanessa's very involved in the YouTube environment, so people sub back automatically, I think. Let's see here. And Arizona time was also to Vanessa and to Beerman. And Beerman says it was given to me free to Roller Rock, so fuck it. LOL. Best kind of Rod J deal is free, brother.
2 tears in a bucket.
Yeah. Broken One says, reaching pretty deep into the box of Natty Daddy. No wonder I got a buzz on. Don't fall asleep like Lance, Drunken One.
Doesn't he drink natural ice, not Natty Daddy?
Maybe it's something with the natties he drinks that gets to him.
I remember watching a stream with him one time. It was like he was asleep for like a straight hour and a half.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on here? And then all of a sudden he woke up like it was no big deal.
Yeah. Oh, Vanessa says, yes, no public videos, but almost 400 subs. I should do a giveaway at 500. So, yeah. Drunken One says, Arizona timeless tourist. Thanks to all the vets, definitely. Drunken One says, need to revisit Natty. I'm sorry, Eric says Drunken One need to revisit Natty Daddy. I think Ron and myself did a co-review of that. Did we do a co-review? I know we did Natty Daddy at some point. Maybe we did.
I think we did.
Or that wasn't the malt liquor show. That was just something different.
Yeah, that was a malt liquor show. Yeah.
Okay, well, Todd couldn't finish the Four Loko.
That's one where I think I had that, and I had 2 Ice House Edges, and I'm like, oh my god, why did I do that?
One of the best PSAs ever.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, this is the Drunken Ones. I didn't see that one. I have to go back and see. Cody says, maybe I'll upload as long as you guys watch and show some support. Of course, we definitely. Yeah, I'm already subbed to your channel there, Cody. So Vanessa says, my shoemaker was in Toronto. He retired last decade. I miss his work. He made all my boots and heels. And then Beerman said, cheers, Drunken One. Arizona says, I've lived by Lake Erie for 20 years, 20 miles west of Cleveland. Yeah. But you're in Arizona now, so yeah. Drunken One said, what? Power nap? And Cody said to Eric, how's the ice beer? LAMO. And then Gilbert with his malt liquor, baby. Did you do that? You didn't do the ice though. You did
not
the other one
instead.
No, yeah.
Not tonight, no.
So, but we've been going for a while. I guess we'll get ready to wrap it down here because I know I gotta go to work in the morning, and I think Todd, Eric, you gotta go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it is a 3-day weekend, so I don't know. Depending where people are around, maybe during the course of the weekend we'll have a hangout or something if people are up for it. Depending, I think I'm going to finally try to see Avengers this weekend. So I'm thinking hopefully the crowd thinned out a little bit.
I think Sunday. I think Sunday I'm going to be at the lake.
Oh, that'd be nice
with these Natter days.
Oh,
there you go.
I'm pretty free all weekend, I think. So
yeah,
if you do,
I figured
do a hangout,
something, it might be like something at night or something, maybe.
Yeah,
I figured during the day people might be running around or grilling or barbecuing, and by nighttime you're kind of in a relaxed mode. You're kicking back. If you eat a bunch of burgers and dogs, you just kind of want to rest and put your feet up. So
I'm ready for some bratwurst this summer, guys. I don't know about anybody else in the comments or anybody here, but I'm ready for some bratwurst or Polish sausages or something.
Are you grilling this weekend?
I'm gonna try. I got to get I got parts for the grill in. I got to put it together and see if it works.
Yeah. What about you, Todd?
Yeah, I plan on probably smoking some ribs.
Ooh, look at you!
Nice
ribs, nice.
I'm gonna have to ask Shannon if I can come down there, Todd.
I think she already gave everybody the open invite, so
yeah.
All you gotta do is just say when.
Like she was like, "Bring your sleeping bag. We'll have like a party. Like, yeah.
Sleepover.
It's like a sleepover. Like,
I'll sleep in the basement. I'll sleep in the
basement. We got extra beds. It's all good.
Yeah. We'll tell ghost stories. Try to scare each other. Yeah.
Hold you to that, Rod. We'll hold you to that.
Yeah, right. I'll tell you, they're American Airlines. Holding the flashlight, talking about American Airlines.
Yeah. No, I can't take it. The horrors.
And then you left? No, I was still there.
29 hours later, what?
Son of a bitch, this is scary as hell.
True story, no way.
Funniest thing I saw at the airport when I was stuck there was when we were waiting to leave or whatever, we were in one of the spots, and there was like a little area roped off by one of the gates, and it was like, I don't know, probably like 5 or 6 feet out, and then about 25, no, probably about 20, 15, 20 feet long. And the guy was riding the buffer machine, kind of buffed the floor. I mean, it looked like he was pretty much like riding the thing at the ice skating rink. Like he was pretty much going over the same spots. He was going down the same patterns. And then after he got done, another lady came over. She started like going down, like she was pretty much like the sweeper, like in a curling, like she was cleaning the sand. Like it looked like they were an ice rink here, right? Well, then it was so funny because they spent like probably like, when you're up for 29 hours, you're just looking at anything that's to stay awake. And they probably spent like an hour and a half doing this. And then they started having other people start coming in as daylight broke and people were coming to the airport. Somebody like went under it to walk through the stuff and later, no, like just shut them down. I'm like, what is this special spot right here? Like a little ice skating rink. What's going on? Like they did not want anybody in this little area. So
we've been cleaning for 4 hours. You can't go there.
Oh, like all this floor. I'm looking down that way. I look down that way. But no, they're focused right here on this one spot. Like you would think it was like a murder scene. They were trying to clear up the blood and stuff before people showed up. I mean, it was crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't wish that on anybody to go through that kind of waiting. That was just terrible.
Yeah, that'd be awful.
Yeah. But, let me see here. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and get ready to wrap up here. So I'll go ahead and I'll turn it over to Eric.
All right, guys, if you had too much to drink, please get a designated driver. You guys should know my spiel by now, but if not, I'm going to say it one more time. Please do not drive home drunk, because if you do, you're going to get pulled over by the cops. They're going to make you do the stupid-ass sobriety test. Then you get a free ride to jail. Then you have court fees and possible prison time. And then if you hit or kill somebody, you're definitely going to have some prison time. And if you kill yourself, all you've done is hurt your family and friends. Put yourself 6 feet under. Just sleep off your buzz, get your car the next day. Take advantage of the phones on your app. Uber, Lyft. If you have a local taxi app, get that. Have someone at the bar give you a ride home, or get you a taxi so he can get you home. Because in this day and age, it's zero tolerance. You're going to have thousands upon thousands of dollars in court costs. So just please don't do it, okay? And if I find out you're doing it, I'm coming with a baseball bat and taking your knees out.
Yeah, nobody wants that to happen. Yeah, let's see. And then thanks to everybody that was in the chat and everybody that hung out tonight. Like I said, a lot of good people with channels there. So in the chat comments, you can hit the 3 dots next to everybody's name and check out the stuff they're doing. Let me see here. Just hit the last little bit of comments that people were chatting in here real quick. And Cody Stark, Derek Lyons, I bet, but I don't remember what he was betting on. Oh, I bet it because you did a Dirty Frank or whatever. Vanessa says she was stuck at the Cleveland Greyhound bus station for 2 days during a snowstorm. Well, that was suck. But you knew what the reason was. At American Airlines, they didn't tell you what the reason was. They were just like, nope, you're screwed. Like if I was stuck in there because of a snowstorm, I'd be more understanding of that, you know. Beerman says, hey guys, I got a split dinners calling. You guys have a great night. Thank you so much. Rob was great. I love the chat. Always fun. Cheers. Yeah. Thanks, Beerman, for hanging in. The workers there were awesome. Vanessa said they brought me food and drink. Cool time with them. Well, that's good. Our people, they gave us like a $12 voucher to go fend for yourself, but you know.
Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Just buy a Coke? What is that going to buy me?
Cody says, let my cousin and I on for the malt liquor show. So yeah, we do the malt liquor show. We definitely can look to get you on there.
Let's not have a rehash of what happened last time.
Yeah. In Arizona, it's a bad place to get stuck. To Vanessa, which was at the bus station, of course. Drunken one said, cheers to Beer Man when he was gone. And Vanessa says, yes, Arizona, I was thoroughly warned not to leave the station. The police and staff helped a lot. I slept on a bench. Ow, hard bench. Yeah. And then Cody says, let me know if it's Sunday or Monday. Depending on what it is. I mean, it could be a Saturday night, too. Just depends on how things are going and what may be happening. Where for some of us are freed up and stuff. Usually on Saturday night, I might jump on Joe D's if he's doing it too, but I'm not sure Memorial Day weekend. Vanessa said grilled and doing a corned beef on the smoker. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah. And then Arizona said good night all. He said he's smoking some meat this weekend as well. Eric Gilbert said there were a load of great shoemakers around Toronto. Vanessa Kitty all going now. So talking about the shoemakers that were going because Vanessa missed them earlier. Drunken One says I love ghost stories, right? And Cody says, oops, my thing skipped down here again. Man, there was more down there. Wow, I can't read all these comments. Let me see here. Cody says I have brats and sauerkraut coming this weekend and beer. Eric told Arizona don't smoke your own meat. LOL. Vanessa said yes to Eric Gilbert. Said to see shoes will outlast my lifetime. So you probably got a lot of shoes then. Eric said jealous to Cody on what he was having, but then Vanessa said hamburgers, hot dogs, corned beef, smoked Saturday, and maybe smoke a roast beef Sunday. Macaroni salad is being made tomorrow, enough to give out to my friends. They're already asking for trays of probably salad. And then thank you for the awesome chat. Good to see y'all. Definitely good to see you too, Vanessa. And glad you were able to hang in with us tonight and have a good time. And if I was up in Connecticut, I would come by to get some of that food too. And Drunken One said thanks back to Eric. Foamy says I'm eating baby back ribs I smoked tonight with bacon wrapped jalapenos with little beef smokies and pepper jack cheese.
Nice.
So he's going with the Atkins. He's going with the Atkins diet apparently. And then Gilbert says, cheers, fools. And Vanessa, knees have been broken before. Your threats are ... Eric says, Cody says, Eric is more or less me inviting you if you want some beer and brats, LAMO. And the world famous Rod, that's what Drunken One said. Eric says, Cody, I'll come up when you brew a malt liquor, LOL. And then Vanessa says, thank you all. Cody says, it's coming soon or come up for his Hefeweizen competition. That sounds like a challenge right there.
It is a challenge. A challenge.
And then Cody says, Hopcraft Supply Company here in Saginaw in July. There you go. And Drunken One says, we're not making it easy for Rod to leave. And then Cody says, hope you all doing well, guys. Cheers. So great time. Thanks everybody for joining in tonight. Always a blast. It was good to be back after being away for about a week or so. And we didn't get a lot of the beer news. We got in a lot of the conversation, which is always great. I prefer to get that for, anything that I don't say stagnant, but just getting into something like that is always best to converse and share some different thoughts on things. We'll start to get the reviews back up tomorrow. Sometime tomorrow, I'll get one up probably for tomorrow night. Usually what I've been doing in the past is trying to do some different scheduling times during the day, but I'll get them back up since I've been out of town. I haven't got a chance to get the ones that are ready to go yet. So I'll get those all edited and up to speed. If there's any beers you guys want to try to have me take a look at, always feel free to leave a comment on that as well. Right now I have 3, 4, 5. Actually, I've got 64 beers that are backlogged right now. So right now I'll be pulling from there to upload some stuff. Not sure though. I know one of them would probably be one of the Braxton ones. I got those. I'm going to finally upload those Monsignor beers that we got a while back that I eventually had drank but never uploaded the video on. I would love to get more of the barrels of those ones. Those were some good beers.
Yes, they were.
And then I got some Evil Twin stuff up here as I'm looking through stuff. I got the 450 North that I drank. I never uploaded the videos that Todd has sent as well. So I need to get those ones up here too. I've got some stuff here from the brewery. I got to upload, especially like Guava Libre, which I liked. So yeah, I got some stuff to work with here, but hopefully get that stuff done. Again, thanks for all the support. Like I said, I'm over that 900 hump. Once I get to 1,000, that'll be great. because there's other stuff I want to do with the channel that I know I can do when I get to the 1,000 level. So hopefully, if you got friends that like beer, let them know, get the word out, tell them to join and watch and all that stuff too, and subscribe. 12 o'clock midnight here in the East, so we're going to wrap it up. Any last words you have, Eric? Anything you want to say?
Get ready for 2 weeks for local Malt Liquor Monday. Fools!
He's getting hyped up. And you might have Todd on there to actually help him.
Todd, you willing to help me out for all these?
I don't know about all of them, but slow your roll, player.
Oh,
that
And then I also have some collab videos that'll be coming up shortly too. So should be kind of something interesting to take place. Going to be doing some food collabs. I actually, Kyle from No Hype, we actually both read a book, and then he's actually finishing it right now. We're going to do like a kind of a breakdown of the book that we read, which has some pretty much interesting perspective on things and beer. So got a bunch of different things to take place here. I want to get more of the trailers videos up too, because I've enjoyed doing the little trailer things and seeing what you guys think of those. And of course, probably some more beer and gaming, because I know so many guys that are on the channel now like the gaming videos too. So thanks again for everybody. Appreciate you all. Look forward to catching up with you soon. If you do get out there and get crazy this weekend, just remember to stay safe, and look forward to talking to you soon. That all being said, cheers, and keep drinking those good craft beers.